And I start to clap, 'cause I'm feeling good. My room is empty. All it has is a guitar and a snare drum. I bang on it. Is this life? I guess it's fine. Oh, what? I got little penguins on my socks, right? I got little ducks on my boxes. I'm essentially a man child. I don't think I'll ever change. Whenever I go to your house, man, it looks like a museum. Makes me feel nauseous. Makes me feel. And I start to cry, 'cause I'm feeling good. It's like a caramels. Yeah, I'm feeling good. Yeah, I start to cry, 'cause I'm feeling good. It's like a caramels. I'm feeling. Yeah, I start to cry. And I'll do something to waste your time. You do something to waste mine. I write little poems about my sorrows. I write pretty songs for my one love. I try to cater to my brainstem. But my heart is romantic. And I start to cry, 'cause I'm feeling good. It's all the caramels. Yeah, I'm feeling good. Yeah, I start to cry, 'cause I'm feeling good. It's all the caramels. I'm feeling. Yeah, I start to cry, 'cause I'm feeling good. It's all the caramels. I'm feeling. I start to cry. Yeah, I start to clap. And I start to clap, 'cause I'm feeling good.
Good evening, everybody. It's very lovely to see you. Sahid Hussein, I love you also very much. From all my heart, I love you. Erin, nice to see you. Mary, nice to see you. Hazelnut, nice to see you. And Craig, my Craig. Okay, let's not waste time and let's get right to, hey, Eggy Toast, my lovely Eggy Toast. You're also okay. I'm not gonna even say hello to you, but Eggy Toast, I hug you, Eggy Toast. Okay, let's get to the important shit and let me not waste any time because nobody needs to hear my crap, yeah? So this is what's important. Credit goes to Loan Entourage. Please go give her a like I did. I gave her a like because she made good content. And why not? Why not? Where is it now? This.
All of you, be sure that we don't have any personal issues. Please, all of you, be sure that we don't have any personal issues with Chantal. Before Bruce, we don't know who Chantal is, okay? But after what happened with Bruce, okay, and the information we received, plus the donation she made out of Bruce, okay, and she came and offered the money like she want us to be her partner in crime. We had to collect the evidence and notify the authority. It didn't stop there. Social affairs now is involved, and they're gonna send the complaint to the public attorney, and there will be an investigation. We sent everything to them in one CD, all the videos that she was asking for.
All the videos that she was, what money? How many videos? These people are ridiculous. It's like your mama said, shame on you. Shame on you, you bored hags. You bored hags. You got some attention and you like the YouTube life. Let me give you my ex-boyfriend's number, Steve. He can entertain you much better.
For money. From day one, she came to
From day
Kuwait.
one, what the hell? She just said, hey, if you want to support. She really did not do what the people are making her out. It's really ridiculous. It really is.
She left, as she said that she's already in Canada. Okay, and there will be new charges because we got to know that she made video of sensitive location in Kuwait, and it's huge. This is a huge
location in Kuwait. It's huge. Shut the fuck up, you fucking bitch. Fuck you.
huge
Fuck you.
big crime. Okay, as a Kuwaiti citizen, I'm obliged.
As a Kuwaiti citizen, I apply. As a Kuwaiti citizen, you make your whole fucking Kuwait religion and all the people, not the religion, it's not. You make all of Kuwait look ridiculous. That you even pay attention to this, to Foodie Beauty. You ridiculous hag. Shame on you and your family, and shame on Kuwait that you let this woman we're gonna write an email to the owner of PAWS because she's German. I thought that I'm not gonna write, but I'm gonna write it today. We're gonna do this. This is what we're gonna do. For fuck's sakes, this is bullshit.
Obliged to report that too, and I'm collecting also evidences against her and against her husband Salah, and also will be submitted soon to the what they call it, the state of security of.
In disrespect, stop it. You're just bored in the head. She was stupid. She was being stupid, yeah, and she shouldn't have said send money. She knows that. We all know that, but she didn't make thousands of bucks, or she didn't make FFG money. Come on, like, you guys know that, you know the reality from the not reality.
State of Kuwait.
Was it all right? No, it was not all right, but you have to give her such a backlash? No.
Okay, because this is a big crime. She cannot videotape sensitive locations in Kuwait. It's a huge crime. Thank you so much for your continued support.
What is this picture?
I know that it took time, but collecting evidences, translate them to Arabic, it takes time. It's not easy.
Picture?
Thank you so much, everyone.
I'm scared. Thank you so much, everyone. Wait, I'm going to write to the woman. What was her name again? Let me check. Everybody's like, no, don't make. I'm not gonna make it worse. I'm not gonna. But I want to see if I can get the email. PAWS Kuwait, and her name was Manu. Manu. Let's see. Email. No, but I can put it in her attention if I want. But ridiculous.
We don't have any personal issues with Chantal. Before Bruce, we don't know who Chantal is, okay? But after what happened with Bruce, okay, and the information we received, plus the donation she made out of Bruce, okay, and she came and offered the money, like she wants us to be her partner in crime. We had to collect the evidence, and notify the authority. It didn't stop there. Social affairs now is involved, and they're gonna send the complaint to the public attorney, and there will be investigation. We sent everything to them in one CD, all the videos that she was asking for money, from day one she came to Kuwait until she left.
From
as
day
she
one, she came to Kuwait. All the videos where she asked for money.
That she's already in Canada, okay, and there will be new charges because we got to know that she's
a YouTuber. Number one, she's a YouTuber. YouTubers do that. Whatever, Kuwait. It is ridiculous. It's pathetic. She didn't do something so big, you know, like she didn't do right, but she didn't do as big as they make it out.
Made video of sensitive location in Kuwait, and it's huge. This is a huge.
What made it sensitive? You stupid, huge. What made it sensitive? What do you mean sensitive location in Kuwait? What sensitive location? Don't you see that you're pathetic? You idiot. Shame on you. Shame on Kuwait that you put this person on the public platform.
A
sensitive location. It's already alone that already shows you manipulation of words. And what do you have against Foodie Beauty? She made a mistake. She's paying for it once again, as always.
Big crime. Okay, as a Kuwaiti citizen.
Big crime. You don't even know what big crime is. You need something up your arsehole to know what a big crime is, and then we can talk. You stupid hag.
I'm obliged to report that too, and I'm collecting also evidences against her and against her husband Salah.
This one is not gonna go well. I'm gonna write to the owner
soon.
And put this also as a link
to the what they call it, the state of security of state of Kuwait. Okay, because this is a big crime.
They don't know how to differentiate entertainment, YouTube from serious matters, and they're just bored in the head and they get involved. It's ridiculous. It is shameful.
She cannot videotape sensitive.
You're shameful that you cannot make the differentiation. You stupid hag. You're bored in your head, huh? Your husband has not been poking your hole or what?
Issues in Kuwait. It's a huge crime. Thank you so much for your continued
support. What is the huge crime? What is the huge crime?
Support. I know that it took time, but collecting evidences, translate them to Arabic, it takes time. It's not easy. Thank you so much, everyone.
Whatever. Okay, so then you have this update I promised you. There you go. I'll write the email to this woman because this is too stupid for me, honestly. Stay in your lane, chicken. No, I'm in my lane. The sensitive location is probably the oil fields. Yeah, thank you so much. You see, at least hazelnut. There are people that are smart and the people not. So stay in your lane, you stupid fuck. Don't come in my lane with the smart fucks and me and hazelnut. You stupid fuck. You stupid fuck, man. Go in your lane. What are you even doing in my chat right now? For fuck's sakes. Oh my god, these people just come to irritate me all day long. I want to come and celebrate, that my friend Bernie at his age 39 he is advancing and making his own a company of, making his own constructions, because he's really, the thing is, the guy has been outsourced by so many companies, and because he's so smart, the guy's a genius in what he does. He's just a genius. He's devoted, and that's all he does. This job and to drink beer. This is what he does, and whatever. But he's so smart in what he does, and I'm so proud, to see him. Like, it's like seeing my small brother, like, grow up. I'm so proud of him. I'm really so proud of the guy, and I'm so glad that I'm part of it. I'm glad, and he even told me, "You're my influence, and I want you to be part of the company. I want to do it together with you." He's like, "You're part of my influence. When I met you, I just was a nobody, and you were already owning your own bars and traveling to trade shows and doing international business." And he's like, "I looked up to you so much. I looked up to you so much. I would be so honored that, we can do something together." And I'm like, "Yeah, I am also honored, and I will be there for you 100%. 100%. And he's like, "We can bring Steve here, like my husband, He's like, "We can bring Steve." And I'm like, "Yeah." And that's very nice also, that he thinks like that. Very nice, don't you find? He says, "We can bring your husband here." And I would love, that. But then again, I know that Steve is very difficult in America. I don't even know how I can, if it was hard for me to live with Steve in America, I don't know how it is. I have to try it. Steve has to come and try a holiday. But the thing is that I don't know about living. I don't think that this is for him to live, because he doesn't like to be outside. And in Europe, we're outside people. We're not much inside people. Hey, Angelo. Nice to see you, my lovely. I'm so glad to see you. Angelo. Weird how these grandma reactions ask the fault that your husband hasn't been poking. No, that's me. Nobody else has said that, you moron. That is my saying. I'm the one with not poking the hole and all poking. This is me. Nobody else has used that terminology except me. So get yourself together. Get yourself together immediately. Really, I'm so tired of people stealing my stuff, Bernie's a rough 39. I don't think so. I think that he looks really good. All right. He looks young. You make an advertisement for Bernie's bidding company? Okay, thank you. We're looking for it. Bernie and Newman. That's the name that he said today. I'm like, no, it's not going to be like that. Bernie and Newman. And I said, "What about your last name?" He's like, "No, my last name." He doesn't like his last name. I'm not going to say it, because then I'll be doxing him. So I'm already doxed, so I don't care. Okay, let's continue to some entertainment. I miss Sjam. But let's see what garlic bread has to say quickly. No, this is the thing. We have this guy. It is the gaining ground, talking about garlic bread and everything.
This part made me laugh. So Bridget, of course, in her never-ending quest to defend a man,
now he's covering the bridge. The thing is, with this guy gaining ground, I don't like him. He is not my humor. He's not my kind of joke. He's not anything for me, and neither is chat. But sometimes I like to hear, and now he's covering Breezy, so we have to listen to this, and then we move on.
When our community tab posts and says...
No, not Breezy, Bridge.
I'm hearing a lot about wasps and stingers. Just in case you get stung by a wasp and it leaves their stinger, here's how you handle it. So she, I believe, posted some AI shit. I don't know. But I start reading it and I go, to remove a wasp stinger, carefully scrape the skin with a flat, blunt object, like the edge of a credit card or a dull knife. Okay. Avoid using tweezers as they may squeeze the venom sac and release more venom. Okay. If the stinger is not visible, it's likely a wasp and didn't leave a stinger behind. So, Bridget, we're expected to believe that this man, when he made that wasp video, when he said, "I still got stingers in me," was sitting there with stinger heads sticking out from all over his skin, The hospital didn't pull them out. He was sitting there with stingers because they don't bury themselves into your skin.
Okay, I can't stand the guy. So, but I'm just saying that it's so ridiculous. He's also covering.
That's how you
this.
know she lived with her mom or her grandma. It could be grandma.
So he's covering the journey part, which anyways people are talking about, and garlic bread, and it's a good thing that he's covering these things, but I can't stand the guy. I fucking can't stand this guy. He's not funny and nothing. He's annoying as fuck.
That looks like grandma furniture to me.
And it's made me feel that was
Annoying as
wrong.
fuck.
I
don't know
shouldn't
how
have
people
done
can
that.
listen to
And
this dude. I don't know how people can listen to this motherfucker. He's
I
annoying.
genuinely am
Annoying.
sorry for doing this.
He's so obnoxious. That's the right terminology, the right word, obnoxious. Look in the dictionary, look for obnoxious, you'll see his fucking face and voice.
She's Latina. When someone calls her white, seems like she's I mean, technically, when you fill out forms, Caucasian and Latino are
Enough. Bye, dude. Whatever, you're annoying. You're fucking annoying. Let's look at some Sjam to get in a good mood, because I'm already in a shit mood now because of this motherfucker. He's so fucking annoying. He annoys me. He's a shit entertainer for me, in my opinion. But stupid people go collect each other. They attract one to another. And so do the smart people. That's why we're a smaller group. That's why I will never be famous, because I'm just too smart. I'm just too smart to be famous and to be liked. Nobody can relate to intelligence. It's hard because there's not many around that are intelligent. Fact. Boom. Once again, you hate me because I just gave you a really good fact, right? Yeah, let's just move on. Exactly. Let's just move on. Let's stick to what we can understand. Sjam.
Oh, that hurts so bad. Ow! 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 Oh. God. Fuck! I fucking fell down now. Please, Berto. Oh, fuck!
Yes, I find this is entertaining. We don't have his number anymore, lazy. I don't have his number.
Shut the alarm down.
Look. And he wants some more, and he puts some more, and then he can't hold it anymore. Look, it's going down. The plate is going down, guys. He can't hold it anymore. But he wants to put more on the plate.
That's good. Totally. So good. Please, Berto. Don't fuck with me, fan. I fuck with enough fans, darling. Oh, darling. I don't want to do it. Fuck you, back off! Fuck off! Fuck! Damn it! I show my gun. Don't fuck with me, fan. I fuck with enough fans, darling. Oh, darling. I don't want to do it. Fuck you, back off! Fuck off! Fuck! Fuck you. Fuck eggs, too. You don't fucking help.
Oh my god. This is
My
hilarious.
place is fucking dirty.
You know, this is Sjam for me hilarious, but Goran, my roommate, he thinks that this is me because he always hears me fuck. He's like, man, you're not much different.
And there ain't nobody come here. Nobody gonna come here with us, Jim. Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck us, Jim. Fuck us, Jim.
Instagram.
Fuck you. Fuck
Oh, my
eggs
community
too.
post.
You don't fucking help.
The right on the community post.
My place is fucking dirty. Now it's gonna be clean. And there ain't nobody. It's time. I do. My pearly browns. I'm going to bed without brushing my teeth. How you feel with that? You still want to kiss me? It's time.
Hey, Anita. I'm so happy to see my lovely.
I'm sick
We're
of
going
this
through some
shit.
Sjam
I am
memories.
sick of this
I miss
shit. Do you fucking hear me? Do you fucking hear me? Get your fucking shit together. Get your shit together
Get your shit
today.
Today.
Now.
No. Immediately.
I'm sick of this shit. I am.
God damn, I was thin. I look fucking hot, dude. I look fucking hot. I look so fucking cute. God damn, I was thin. I look fucking hot, dude. I look fucking hot. I look so fucking cute. And maybe I'll get fucking China food. I want China food! I want China food! God damn it! God damn it! Oh, fucking China!
I miss this. This is what I miss. China food. Hammy also. Hammy. Piglet with wings. Are you listening in right now? Piglet with wings. Calling Piglet with wings. Calling in Hammy. Are you listening? China food.
And maybe I'll get fucking China food. I want China food! I want China food! God damn it! God damn it! Oh, fucking China food!
This one is the best. I love this one. Oh my god, this one is golden. This is such a gift, you know, this little clip. The way he's with my life, and then he turns the camera and he whines. It sounds like from, you know, like Family Guy, you know, or some cartoon like that, you know. Listen. One more time. Epic. This is forever, you know. If I want to laugh, I listen to this. It's fantastic.
Love you. Love you.
Who's he saying I love you to? I love you to, Sjam.
Love you.
I love you.
I don't care no more. Okay? Okay? Did I say enough? Did I say it? Fuck you. Don't fucking talk to me no more. Asshole.
Asshole.
I'm tired. I'm hungry. I'm tired.
I'm tired and I'm
fucking
hungry.
upset.
My roommate, guys. My roommate also.
You fuckers do
Had
it
the issue today with hunger issues. I
every
got
fucking
nervous.
day. Every goddamn
Took everything
fucking
that he
day.
found.
Every fucking day. Haven't you stopped? Okay? Thank you. I don't care no more. Okay?
This is it. There's no more video.
Okay?
But everybody go give like and everything.
I'm
Very
sick
good
of this
channel.
shit. I am sick of this shit! Do you fucking hear me? Do you fucking hear me? Get your fucking shit together.
Get your shit
Get
together.
your shit together today!
Today.
Now!
Now. Right now. Immediately.
I'm sick of this shit.
Okay. In my life. Okay. I didn't manage to check out what Monty covered today. So I was thinking, let's just watch it together because anyways, I have nothing else to cover and I didn't watch it. And why not? You know, Monty's always interesting. Monty's always a good time. You know, and not too much, you know, not too heavy. It's light material. Monty's very light, you know, it's nice. It's like, you know, taking it easy, you know, having it light. And I didn't listen and I'm curious. Until now, I'm not understanding why he's continuing to go at this Veronica so much. But until now, I didn't understand it very much. But maybe now I will. Obviously, he doesn't like her. But you cannot say. I don't know. I'm not going to say anything. We listen together.
Canada, you're going to be good. You can always go elsewhere in the world. You don't need to go there. But Salah is like in the most sensitive position for him to now having to go through legal issues that could effectively maybe perhaps throw him out of Kuwait. That is just sick. And of course, the same thing with Foodie Beauty. She just leaves him. She doesn't care. Why would she care? Just like we saw with the whole Marty situation from like a year and a half ago, where she didn't care that her mom's car was almost being towed. This was almost happening. That was almost happening. She did not care. Why? Because it wasn't happening to her. It's the way how her mind works. Okay, it might be my mom, but at least it's not happening to me. My mom, I guess, will just have to deal with the bullshit that's there.
I was in the chat.
What's up, PetSmart? How you doing?
I was, but I just said hello. If you can read the chat, I'm so glad that you mentioned this, and I'm so glad I have the unwet brain to remember. I said I'm in the tram, but I'm listening. Basically, I said that I'm there, but I'm not at home at the computer. I just had a moment. I just had the time to say hello. So yeah, that is true. That is true. But I was not listening.
Yeah, I would feel bad for him if he gets sent back to Syria.
I even remember I was in the office waiting for Bernie to. What was he doing? Something, going to the toilet.
Think at this point in stage, this is literally, or the weekend is literally the
unwet brain,
the change or the flip, the decisive moment where we're gonna see how or what truly was their relationship. Somebody's gonna start talking about each other. Someone's gonna start it, and then Foodie Beauty or Salah is not gonna stop, and then we're gonna find out a lot of information. Maybe who's that guy that like was Salah's friend? We had the wolf. But we had that big chubbier guy, right? That married that sweet Filipino lady. What was his name? Ala Shabib. Maybe Ala Shabib will start talking truly what his mind is like, and all sorts of stuff will come back about that situation. But I think who's truly going to hurt from all of this is Salah, especially if PAWS Kuwait and the other charities truly do come after not only Foodie Beauty, but himself. Because one, he should have known better. And two, there's a lot of stake.
If somebody friendly wants to come up and chat, I accept, but I will not accept anyone unknown. I put the link, so if we want to chat together, I have some chewy candies. I got myself some chewy candies. I'm allowed to eat some candy sometimes, you know. I'm a human being.
It's kind of like when I would go into New York City and then people would like leave the turnstile open for me to get like a free fare,
Hey,
and
Gigi
then
Banana.
the guy would look at me, this one incident, and I'd look at him like, please close it. And he's like, dude, just get in, no one's here. I'm like, I understand that, but you never know who's peeping around the corner or who's looking, because I can't risk being a permanent resident in the USA and then getting caught skipping fares for like $3 and then getting myself into legal trouble. It's like shit like
What
that.
a
People
funny
don't
profile
understand that
picture you have,
when
Gigi
I'm in
Banana.
certain countries or certain places, I'm constantly assessing like a risk. Like the latest
Monty cannot sleep because he's constantly assessing. Monty has sleepless nights because he is constantly assessing. You just heard it right now.
incident was like 2-3 weeks ago with the convenience store. I said about how that kid was telling me how he's gonna like steal a pop and whatnot. I'm like, dude, I'm just gonna buy you the
Are you
pop because
still talking about this, Monty? Are we serious? We're still gonna talk about this? How you bought the kid this thing in order for him not to steal? You have from me moral praise and plus points 100. But if you keep on mentioning it, then you take away from the. You don't make it special anymore because you keep on mentioning it. Then you're like, overwear it, overuse it. You mentioned it. We got it. You got praise and everything. Yes.
I don't want to deal with not even me get into trouble, but seeing like a child get into like trouble that easily less than $5 could solve. Like it's stuff like that. I will not get
We
myself
understand
into
that you're a very good person. Don't make it. You're making us disbelieve. You're making me disbelieve yourself. You're making me disbelieve you, Monty. If you're emphasizing something obvious so very much, it's very fishy. Stop overemphasizing stuff that should not be emphasized. Be normal.
to situations where putting your life, your
Soda pop. I
lifestyle, your
also call it
freedoms in
soda
jeopardy
pop.
for a couple
Sometimes
bucks, it just doesn't.
Angelo soda pop. I remember it from American high school. The kids would be like, "Let's have a soda pop." Like they saw in the, like in the American old comic books or whatever. Soda pop. Let's have soda pop. But it's weird. Yeah, it's like what's popping? Just because it's soda alone on its own, the word soda already means that there's soda, there's poppy shit in it. You don't have to add the pop after the soda. The soda alone on its own already represents that there's something popping inside, it's fizzy. This pop, it doesn't make sense. It's like saying it's hot. It's hot. You don't have to say it's hot. It's for stupid people. Soda pop is for stupid people that can't understand the first word. They need to hear it the second time in order to get the fucking point.
Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So stuff like that. So multiple times I've been asked, or
You want the Coke? What
somebody's
kind?
kind of
Dr.
left the
Pepper. I
turnstile
also love
open for
Dr.
me
Pepper.
at
I love
the
Dr. Pepper.
Manhattan.
I was always so astonished with who made this flavoring of Dr. Pepper. Who was so intelligent to make this flavoring? This flavor is amazing. Dr. Pepper flavoring. I'm like, who was so smart to think of this flavoring? I'm telling you.
Subway stations, and I've just outright refused. In fact, there's many times I've told the guy, listen, I can't risk not being able to provide for my aunts that I gotta provide for. I can't risk.
Oh my God, Monty, where are we going with this discussion? I'm so glad that I'm covering you because this is really coverable. Where are we going with this discussion? You're breaking my heart at the same time, like repeating yourself. What's going on, Monty? Let's get to something here.
Being here to provide for my home and my
Provide
family.
for your home and your family.
For $3, a cop would literally be around the corner, and then I'm in cuffs over $3, which means I literally would have screwed my family.
Monty, what story are you making here? Honestly, like, what mushrooms did we eat today?
Over for a couple dollars. I will
Pretty
never
good
do
ones.
that. I gotta think in a logical manner that I cannot do this, I cannot do that, even though the chances of me being not caught is like 99%. it's still a 1 in 100. You could even say 99.9%. It's still 1 in 1,000. I still can't risk it because the risk is just that great. Anyways, let's move on from foodie beauty, or we could just continue to have.
Let's move on from foodie beauty. We've been talking just about your things that go on in your mind. We have not been talking about foodie beauty. Let's move on from foodie beauty, or let's move to foodie beauty. Please, Monty, be clear. You're losing me. You're losing me. I'm not understanding anything.
Have a conversation about that. Other matters are going. Like I said, I've sent the letter to the lawyer.
Look at this one. Look at how ugly, like look at the faces the people pull, and they show themselves proudly on the computer, on the internet, and show it like this, and acting all smart and tough and cocky, and in the end, they spend their time 4 days in a row just sitting on the computer talking nonsense, and they want to be cocky and smart. It's like nobody that has a life and is somebody is going to spend 4 days stuck to the chair on the computer talking to girl world about girl world nonsense that they don't even know much about. You are crazy. You're fucked in the head, but big time. To people like this, I don't even talk. She wrote me an email. I don't even reply to her fucking email, guys. I swear to God.
University Ave, and we're gonna continue with that. The next thing for me to do is file suit, which I will in the next couple of weeks.
They have no
I'll keep you guys updated on that. Shout outs to the people who have sent me something through my Cash App. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Exactly, Sassy. I will never lose my freedom over something so small. It just doesn't make any sense anyway. Anyways, let's get into this.
99.9998% of you guys over here from that. And at the time, I had been in the industry, so I was 39 at the time, and I was there for a year, and I'm turning
39. These people are ridiculous.
41 this year, so do the fucking math. I don't know, okay? But I was not aware that they had actual hoe websites, all right? Where if you're on there and I'm on there, we understand someone's fucking for cash, and it ain't gonna be you. Before I became aware of these websites, I was
talking and snarky about a topic like this. It's so ridiculous. These women are very, very sad, and ridiculous.
Actually working off of dating apps like Tinder and Hinge.
I hate that. I used to go on dating apps.
Monty, stop always making it about you. For fuck's sakes, you say let's move on to foodie beauty, or let's get off foodie beauty, but you always come back to yourself. We don't need to hear so much about you, Monty, or make a show about you, or make a show about other people. Please make up your mind already.
To find a great partner, cough, cough. But I hated when, you talk to somebody, because talking to somebody, you're investing your time, right? And you want it to pay off. It's not going to pay off all the time. But the worst is when you think you're talking to somebody, they're vibing with you, and then you go to Kik or WhatsApp, or you start texting, and then all of a sudden they're like, if you want me to I don't know, get to know me a little bit more, or go to dinner or coffee or whatever, it's $200. And you're like, what? They're like, yeah, it's $200. I'm like, Jesus. Separate the two things. The dating site's a dating site. And if you wanna do that kind of work, then do that kind of work. But I just think it's not right being on dating sites when you're trying to, do your SEX work. There's tons of sites out there. I even looked.
I've never seen any person ask for any money on the place.
Of course, there's List is super popular ever since.
I've never had anyone
back pages went down, and the SerbTurb Merb sites aren't really doing so well. But SerbTurb Merb, it's still actually around though. They're not so prominent as before, but they're still around.
And we have a very similar story, kind of.
Yeah, she didn't want to pay for ad space.
Right?
You start from dating sites and then you go from there.
People, and I don't understand why
I think it's actually kind of counterintuitive, because you can pay for ad for $10 from what my research tells me, for like $10. Why wouldn't you just pay the $10 rather than guys who are trying to legitimately get into a relationship? And that's a whole nother story. Like, you're kind of wasting their time. I don't know. It just seems counterintuitive to me, where it's better to just pay the $10 and get guys that are actually looking for this stuff rather than going on dating sites and talking to 100 guys, and maybe 10, 20 guys might be okay with it. And then out of that 10, 20 guys, you got to figure out which guy would actually pay you.
And then you go from there.
People.
Yeah, exactly, Sassy.
I don't understand why it took so much work. Like, motherfucker, you know why I'm here, okay? And you know why you clicked on my picture. It's very clear with your 80-year-old ass. So unfortunately for me, sometimes I'm not really
80
good
years
at the
old.
whole, hey, how are you?
Don't give Grandpa a heart attack, sweetheart. Him being 80 years old. She wasn't getting responses in her ads. Oh boy. You would think she would. I don't know. Somebody said she kind of looks like Michael Jackson with a shiny, pointy nose right there. I kind of, I believe him.
Yeah.
But she wasn't getting responses with her ads, says Craig. I mean,
look, she put too much. You can see on the top, on the point of her nose, it's just white. Just put, I don't know, just white color, you know, like, talk about making makeup effects, you know, not being natural. Imagine what an ugly nose she must have that she's trying to cover it up so much.
it makes a lot of sense.
that's
There's a
the
lot of
point.
competition. Have you people actually looked at these ads? Because you know how some people learn through examples, some people have to learn through making their own mistakes. Like, some people are visual learners, like you gotta show them. Like, there's a shit ton of ads, even in like Toronto area, of people running ads for all sorts of services. And half the ladies on there don't even look like their picture. The picture is either super old or they're doing bait and switch on you. And then you get there. I'm like, it's such a mosh pit of so many things. Like, I don't see how some guys even do this stuff. You see somebody that might be in the thralls of some sort of addiction, and you're paying them to, like, I don't know, do stuff to their body. I think it's kind of very morally wrong, plus also in bad taste. And then the whole element of, you know, some of these ladies don't want to be there, because if you look at that, it's like, look at what Sagittarius Shuddy had to go through when she lost her mom. And then guys were putting her in a hotel, what they would call a telly, and they wouldn't even pay her. Well, they would pay her, but not in the conventional way. They would pay her by giving her alcohol, or maybe a little bit of something
I'm so
to eat,
glad
and
that
she
you
would just
remember
like
that. You
sleep
see,
with.
that makes you have heart. That's why this is Monty has heart. He remembers that Sagittarius. You see, he remembers those things, and it's hurtful, you know, that you see a person that's young and just struggling through life, you know. And I'm so glad, Monty, you have a good heart.
With guys all day, it's like, it's really bad.
Stop making it all about you.
I would not. That situation, that environment, it takes a toll on your psyche. That's why, even if you go into this stuff all positive with the best intentions, it will still screw you up. Sassy Talent says, I haven't seen those ads since 2008. A friend of mine was a sex worker, and she put out ads on actual newspaper. I can't remember when it was called, but she made that money back instantly. Yeah, I'm not even sure if people do still do that with the newspapers. I know, like, fetish is a huge thing now. I can maybe Google it because it's still old school, but some guys are just that old school. There are still party lines out there. I remember the party lines of like the 80s and 90s. Not that I was around for party lines in the 80s, but I'm just saying, in like the late 90s, early 2000s, Lava Life came into the forefront. So a lot of people were dialing into these party lines in like 97, 98, 99, early 2000s to like chat to people, get to know them, and then go out on dates. Like, that was the thing people were doing.
Call me, let's talk every fucking day. What are you doing? What are you eating? How did you sleep? Shit, that really, I can't. I just want cash. I don't want you to buy me
It's so dirty. But in the end, she's saying something that a lot of women think. I think she's just She thinks that she's saying some news flash. No, you're not saying. Just a lot of people don't have the need and don't feel the need to say it like you do. Because you should be ashamed of what you say, but you don't have the common sense to know what is elegant and what's not, because you're trash. You come for sure from trash family. The way you are talk and the way you look and you act, you must come from trash, but the trash is of the trashiest. I don't know about your family, but I'm sure you come from trash. Because nothing else can explain the way you think and the way you act and the way you talk.
A bag. I don't want to go
Trash.
to fucking dinner.
Trash.
I just want
But trash
pay.
after trash.
So I would be offending some people sometimes, and they would report my fucking profile,
Yeah, of
and I
course.
ended up getting kicked off a lot of these websites, right?
Okay. So the reason that the profile or the thumbnail says I'm psychic is because I said when I ran my website in 10 years, I only had 3 women who had a problem with me. Okay. There were more men. There were more men who had problems with me. Again, if you rob a woman, you're not going to be allowed to post on my website. Like, are you crazy? Right? So I said the only people that hated me were like the dirty hoes who robbed men. Like,
Okay.
you know, like the only
That kind of confused me at first. Is like, if you rob a
I also
woman, then
don't
you
know.
won't be. Was because a lot of guys hated her. So the guys were actually prosties that were overpowering their Johns, which are, what do you call like a female John? A Jane, I guess. The male prosties were overpowering their female Johns, which are Janes, and would rob them, and so they got reported. Is that what she's trying to say? Because that's what it seems like she's trying to say. And then some of the women, of course, there's always going to be somebody having a problem with you, because people are going to try and cheat and steal, cut corners, and, you know, do all sorts of like bait and switch stuff, not deliver on what their ads would say that they're offering. All sorts of stuff happens because people are in the thralls of addiction. People are drinking. People are doing substances. People want to, you know, get paid for an hour but only do 15 minutes. All sorts of stuff happens.
people who didn't like me were the people who didn't get to use my website. That's the only reason someone didn't like me back then. Like, I don't know how to explain that, but you know, it's not trafficking. It's a website. But so what Azria is saying is that she herself has been kicked off of the exact kind of website that I ran.
Let's fast forward a little
No,
bit.
you did not.
Okay, do you understand? They knew me. I had a whole file in the. They
I
had a
really
whole file
don't
on
care
me.
because
Okay.
you'll never know the truth, guys, about this thing. Whatever. Veronica is a sex worker. Ozzy is a sex worker. Why they're fighting about it, I don't know if even they are. Why is Marty trying to find out who's the better sex worker than the other and who's the more dirty one and the more... It's stupid. Well, they're not sex workers and finish.
Okay.
My
They
God.
knew me. They
Is that a
kept
good
track of
thing?
me. They made sure.
I don't care to know all the details about their
Made sure. I'm
sex
not
work,
saying
honestly.
make. I have not talked to them in years. They made sure that I did everything on the up and up. You have to be dumb or whatever.
Illegal. But that's the thing. You aren't just escorting people around. You're exchanging sexual services for monies. That on the buying end is illegal, but on the selling end in Canada is not illegal. Once you start doing it as like a madame, like you're making money off of the avails of prostitution, then that it's illegal. Operating a common body house, as in a place where you have hoes at to like get, you know, F to the U to the C to the K, that is illegal. We got to define what is illegal and what isn't illegal in Canada, because in itself, you can't just say, you know, an escorting service is illegal. It's not. But what the escorting service is actually doing is described as illegal. on, once again, the operating a common body house sense, living off the avails of prostitution sense, and the buying of services on that end. So we really do need to be careful here of what we're saying is illegal and what isn't.
Shit. Oh my God. Okay, so my whole point is that her world and my world were not the same. Not even a little bit. Okay. I did deal with some agencies, but only on an advertising basis, like literally, that was it.
Okay. So
everyone on my website was independent.
So agencies was using your website to post their ladies. I mean, how are you gonna govern the agency that way then? Because now we're getting to a reason why Fosta Sesta once again existed, because an agency is not gonna let you verify or govern their women. That's why they have their own agencies. And if you really think about it, in the game, other people who are, hoeing hoes aren't going to let you come around their hoes because they think you're going to steal their hoes. So there's always that sense where a lot of these dudes and women that are doing this to these ladies and guys will, try and do solo, because there's this whole, steal your clientele, I'm going to steal your hoes. And it's this back and forth thing that can, spill out into lots of avenues up to any.
Where Monty's mind is going. Monty, where's your mind going now? Stealing hoes and all that. Honestly.
Including violence and whatnot. So there's so many facets of this lifestyle that I would never want to be in it, because it's so controversial. It can be skewed multiple ways. It's multifaceted, and you get trouble from the law, Johns, hoes, all sorts of shit. Like, why would you deal with that? I would just rather just get a goddamn job.
Like, willingly, they're independent. Most, like I said, over 35. There were a few younger, so I don't say they were all over 35, but they were much older. Because who wants a community like that? Older people. Like, and who better? Like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it to people without like outing shit, but like, it was fine. And it still exists all over the world right now. Like, there's so many communities, and my friends and stuff are all part of other communities right now. Like, people who were in my community are still out there doing the same thing.
Oh boy.
Like,
I don't know.
They just don't have as many parties and stuff now because of the laws and shit. Like, they just made it more scary for all of us.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I so badly would love to be a hoe right now. Like, if I could, bitch, I would. It's
OMG. Okay. I don't know how I feel about this, because I just think there must be something wrong if we got an old hoe. I'm not trying to be like rude or anything. I'm just saying, a old hoe in the game is kind of like, what the hell's going on? Because it's kind of like if you're a stripper, you have a certain amount of time to like make as much money as you can. Of course, there's always gonna be clientele who will see beyond you and age. Of course there is. That's why there's certain people who do have clientele on the low, and that's how they make their money. Some guys will pay them $500, $1,000, $2,000 a month to on the low do whatever they do with them. But overall, I don't know. Still strange to me. Something's going on, because that's the type of game that is very cutthroat, and there's just too much things that could go wrong. I'm just saying.
So much easier than trying to do like a regular job. Because again, my brain does not do a 40-hour work week. Like, it just doesn't work that way. So sex work and running the website and shit, like, I worked 24/7, but I didn't work consecutively 24/7. I was just on call 24/7. So Anyways, let's watch more Azria. Sorry, I keep talking.
Multiple girls, one phone number, and you just send niggas in and out of the fucking condo, just bat.
That's illegal. That's super illegal, by the way.
Like 10,
No,
15
people do it.
motherfuckers all day, and wasn't into that.
But that's what people do. They have like these condominium communities where there's like 5, 10, 20, even up to 30 condominiums all like on a certain street, just back to back to back, or they'll even cluster them like 4 towers, and in the middle there's like a community space where the gym is at, the pool, the sauna, even a theater would be there, like a independent theater, all sorts of stuff, grocery store at the lower levels. You would have all sorts of like convenience stores, amenities and whatnot, and it's just like a center where you'll get like guys, literally rotating through those rotating doors and through the other rotating doors.
So I liked this website, or I like this agency, sorry, because I just like the aesthetic.
Corona
of the
has
website.
a lot of them.
Once I talked to the owner, I liked her.
Like the ice
I liked what
condos.
she was about. I felt at the time that she was about protecting women more so, and that it was going to be a woman's business, and that we were going to work together.
Outside, I can hear them at the evening. I don't know what.
God, I hate this spiel of the protecting women. You go to a hoeing agency and they talk about protecting women. They're protecting their bottom pockets, okay?
This is where I would come in conflict resolution if they needed me.
What?
You'd have a situation like not just that, like people do other things, but they could contact me if they needed.
What do you mean conflict resolution? Like this is the fucking what? You trying to conflict resolution with pimps and hoes? Like instead of HR, it's whore.
Monty.
Get it? Human resources, whore resources, whore. Like, don't let me call whore on ya. You better.
Typical Monty joke.
You better pony up, that the half hour.
It's so quirky that it's funny.
Roses.
Not just that, like people do other things, but they could contact me if they needed something kind of discussion. Usually most women would do like a half back situation. Like if you are ending something quickly, like if you're not into the appointment, some will let you do half back, that kind of thing.
Okay.
I mean, everyone's individual. They all are different. I don't like her thing is her thing. I did not run an agency. These people booked their own clients. They did everything on their own. I could not book their appointments for them. That was illegal. And this is why I was telling you, okay, so I mentioned that one model chick who kept trying to come to me to do all her verification for her. And I'm like, motherfucker, I can't do this shit for you, because if I get caught doing it, I get in trouble, right? Like I had to, you don't understand. I had to walk such a tight line. And you guys want to know why I burn out? Half of it was that. Like, I had to follow every fucking rule to the T. When I filed taxes every year, I filed my taxes. Like, I made sure, because they knew what I was doing, and that's how they always get you, is through your taxes. Like,
okay, but I don't get that. If what you're doing is illegal on that level, then how the hell are you allowed to file your taxes unless you've literally stated that you've acquired employment at places like the Bunny Ranch, or like you live in Maine where selling it is not illegal? Like, how would she be able to file taxes knowing that she was procuring and posting ads for hoes? Like, this doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe if you say you're filing taxes because you have like a review board website and you fail to surrender the information that it's about hoeing, then I get that. But to legitimately say you're filing taxes and you specify it's all about hoeing in areas where hoeing is illegal, just makes zero sense.
fuck my life. And then we'll do a back page thing too later. We'll watch that. There's a couple documentaries. I want to watch that stuff too, so you guys can see that.
And make money, and not just like, treating hoes like how people treat hoes, right?
Ethical hoeing.
So not long after I started to work
Oxymoron.
there, I probably became
And it
one.
doesn't exist. Ethical hoeing is literally an oxymoron. There's nothing ethical about hoeing.
There's nothing.
Hoeing is one of the most unethical things that,
It is what it
as a
is,
society, all around the world, that
Setting your
people, you know,
body.
scoff at because there's a lot of underlying things to it. Where if you are
integrity, having no dignity, not having any values. There's a lot of underlying things to prostitution. You can speak to my mother anything. But that's the thing. My mom will never admit that she was. That's the thing. She until today she will never admit to me in my face that she was a prostitute. But she knows that I know, but she will never admit to it. And I can't do anything about it. And it's not like I want her to admit either. There's no point. But I also don't want her to pretend to be a saint. I also don't like. It's like I know your story. I'm not judging you, but don't pretend to be a saint in front of me. You fucking hoe.
I can get into this, but there's so much facets. Once again, the whole thing where, you know, the cheating thing, where, you know, guys and women will go out there and do whatever. Like I've heard of those dancing beer parties. I've heard of people cheating on their potential, you know, life mates the night before at like their bachelor parties or their bachelorette parties. It's like crazy shit where a whole group of people who are married trying to celebrate that somebody's gonna get married the next day are like hooking up with like the dancers there. Like it's messed up, but stuff like that happens. Please tell me in the chat if you've ever heard of stories like that. Like I don't know, maybe you and your girlfriends, maybe half of you, maybe all of you are married. One girlfriend's getting married tomorrow, then all of a sudden the stripper comes there and he's back shotting the whole crew. Or, you know, he's getting fellatio from all the married ladies. I've heard the stories online, and same types of shit that can and will happen at the bachelor parties. All of a sudden, you get a little bit of alcohol, maybe some sniffs added. Then out of nowhere, there's multiple people doing all sorts of like behaviors that they would never speak about, talk about unless there's a fight. Like that stuff does happen.
Ethical hoeing.
It would annoy me. Honestly, it would annoy me to always have to move my jaw the whole day long, moving my jaw, you know.
To work there, I probably became one of her most valuable hoes. I'm not saying I am more valuable, but to her, I was because one, I brought in the business because I showed my face. And a lot of times when people,
I'm not being rude at all. In most circles, they'd call that the bottom bitch. She's the like head hoe. In
the HHIC. You guys ever heard of HNIC? Okay, don't be saying what it actually means, but it's more like the HHIC, the head hoe in charge. These terms are so it dates you. These terms like being
your mind. How does this come to your mind, and how come you say it? You know, you should even say that this came to your mind, but he says it, you know, and he doesn't realize. I think he really doesn't realize.
The ride or die chick. Remember that song? I need a ride or die chick.
This is
people don't use those words.
This is exactly the exact example. It's like he heard me. This is exactly the quirkiness is. Nice, funny, and cute, but it's just weird. It's also weird. It's like, Monty, this makes you a little bit weird. This quirkiness of yours, it makes you cute and funny, but it makes you weird also.
I need a ride or die chick. Yeah, people don't use those words anymore. I need a ride or die chick. Yeah, people don't use those words anymore. It's like 20 plus years ago. You're not normalizing calling yourself a hoe ever.
Situation type deal.
People go to escorting websites, you don't see the girl's face. You see a body, you see lingerie, you see a blur, you see hair, you see the statistics that are put on the side, maybe read some reviews, but these men want to see what they're gonna fuck. So once I started working for the agency, it didn't really take long for me to become, to her, one of her most valuable girls because one, I showed my face. 2, I worked full time. 3, I was really about my business. To me, I think it's a legitimate business. I want to have
Oh my
clients. I want
God.
my clients to be repetitive. I want to raise my rates. And these are things that you need to earn in the industry. So I acted accordingly. And she valued that. So it wasn't too long after she was telling me, like, listen, I'm going to be retiring to Italy. I want to give you the business. And not only, but before she wanted to give me the business, she wanted to open up multiple locations throughout Canada. So she was going to have an agency in
Yikes.
Montreal. She was going to have one in Vancouver. She
No,
was
I'm
going to
really
have
proud,
one.
you know,
She
because
had one already in Toronto.
this one is talking about business, but she doesn't know anything about business. But I'm so proud of, you know, my friend Bernie today that he told me, you know, like, because I always go to his, you know, constructions. He said to me, I see that, it's like, I met you and you were also in the field of, you know, construction. You were traveling, you know, with your ventilation, and I met you doing that. And he's like, and you always come and you seem to enjoy hanging out, you know, in construction places. He's like, I could work with you, you know, like we could complete each other in the working perspective. And he's like, I want to make my own company, you know, like, and he's like, I want you to be part of it. I want you to be my partner. And I was like, wow, you know, like, it's amazing, you know, life is just amazing. But of course, I said, you know, like, I said, I'm very honored and everything, and I will help him. But I didn't say that. I said basically I'll help him just as a friend. I didn't say that I want to commit to anything, because right now I cannot commit. I have to watch what I'm doing, you know, I cannot commit to everything. If I'm committing to everything, you know, I'm not going to be doing anything, you know, like I have to commit to some things, you know, that go well. This is anyways a plan in the future project, you know, we're not talking about now. It's for next year. So we have to see where I'm
I was
going to be next year. Let's put it like that. If I'm still going to be even around. Of course I
Fuck
will.
yeah. Hell yeah.
But you never know. Maybe tomorrow a car will hit me and I'll be dead, like it happened to me in once upon a
What's with the
time.
awkward pausing?
But I
Like,
didn't
say
die.
something. Yikes.
Do you
Man.
see what I see?
Yeah, hypocrisy. That's what I see.
They're talking about setting up a trafficking ring.
Yeah, setting up multiple homing centers. Expansion, business expansion.
Do you see what I see? I'm not psychic. It's just the only people who hate me are bad people. And I know I hate to say that out loud, but it's just fact.
I'm curious what he's
And they
going to
just
say now
proved it
about
again. This bitch was planning on being a pimp. She was a pimp assistant about to be a pimp.
I wonder what Monty has so much against this.
She would never be allowed on my website. Are you fucking kidding me?
There has to be
I am
something
so
behind. But
my flabbers are gasted. I am
flabbers are
nauseous.
gasted.
I can't believe I didn't realize who she was before I even responded to her in the first place. Like I feel violated. Like, fuck you. So many fuck yous.
Look how much annoyed she is.
Call me a trafficker. Me.
I also know
Done.
that.
This shit is real.
A trafficker.
This is her admitting
I don't know.
to actually being a fucking pimp. So in the hierarchy, somehow she's better than me, right?
In the hierarchy.
You got it, bitch. Fuck you.
Hierarchy.
Seriously.
I'll live in Montreal and fucking run an agency, or live in Vancouver.
But she's so.
I'm so irritated.
Her and I.
She's such an unpleasant. You can see from her physique, from her face, from how she mimics her facial. How you call it, characteristics, gestures, facial gestures, mimicking, all that. She's very unpleasant person.
Had that connection.
How did I not see this?
And that's what.
You know what? A place I would actually
I'm
wouldn't
sure that
mind
wife
living.
doesn't spend much time with her kid. I'm sure that her daughter hates her. I'm sure her daughter hates her mother. Prove me wrong. Otherwise, you would hear the daughter something. You would hear something, but you don't hear anything about her kid, because her kid hates her guts.
In Montreal, I don't know. I
Like also a mother like my mom. I feel similarities.
Love Montreal. Montreal's amazing. I used to think when I was younger, Montreal was like a forever away. Nowadays, I can literally go to Montreal for a couple hours if I leave my house like
Monty, you're making it again all about you. What is up with this? Stop it. Or make it about you or about other people.
5, 6 o'clock in the morning, and then by nighttime, I'm back like in
I'm just
Toronto.
kidding around,
Which
you know, guys. This is just me joking, just trying me to make some comedy out of something. You know? I'm glad that Monty, when he talks about he's entertaining, but he is making it about himself.
is crazy, right? Because each way is like 5 to 6 hours. 5 hours on a really, really good day. Typically 6 hours if you kind of really limit your stops to like maybe a few minutes, and you have still pretty good traffic. Like in a winter storm, it could be 8, 9, 10 hours, and it has taken me that long in a winter storm where the highway's locked off. I wouldn't even mind living in Vancouver, but Vancouver is very expensive. I think if I ever went to Vancouver, my resources would be exhausted rather quickly.
Vancouver.
So I don't want to establish myself somewhere where I don't have the resources to like maintain a certain type of lifestyle, because that would be really, really bad. But Montreal can be great. It's just the whole car thing, and piling up on the side of the streets, and then the tow trucks towing you randomly if you leave for a couple of days and you don't tell a friend that hey, hold my keys. If you hear the horns horning, run out and move the car, stuff like that.
About Monty?
Like, you can't just
like talk about the derailing
for cash, because like you get into trouble. If all you do is take dick and make money, you got to have something else, a end goal somewhere, or else you can get very lost, which kind of happened to me a little bit because I do have my vices, but I'm okay now. So yeah, I was super happy, and I'm like,
you're not okay now. Definitely not okay now. The hypocrisy is unfucking real.
Either when I wasn't on, because I'd watch how things operate, and I'd help her, and I'd watch her take the phone calls and learn how to operate the business, blah blah. And there were even times where she trusted me enough that she wasn't around, and she left me to run the agency for an overnight. And she let me into the house.
She was literally running girls.
Realized, like, yo, I'm about that.
She's talking about running girls.
So soon enough, the business was,
and it's illegal in Canada. This isn't even fucking legal. Hold on.
Any kind of tube.
Like, I know you guys don't believe me. Hold on.
No, I believe you, Veronica.
Yeah, pull it up.
In Canada, it's illegal to buy sexual services and illegal to receive and benefit from commercial enterprise and official. Like, are you fucking kidding me? It is illegal.
Yeah.
It's illegal.
It is. People still do it.
Anything that I wanted to do, I wasn't being an independent.
Speaking of which, you guys share on the news how a pharmacist from, I think it was Markham Stouffville Hospital, was running the deepfakes site where they'll superimpose somebody's face on top of another person, and they're engaging in like XXX activities. I was like, makes sense. A pharmacist of all people had a website like that, and he was making so much money.
Wow.
A lot of this stuff is happening where they'll deepfake your favorite like YouTuber, and you can go and watch this said YouTuber engage in certain things, but it's really not them. It's just a deepfake. Like, people, I don't know, people have like are into that. And it's happening. Yeah, you didn't hear about these deepfake websites? They started out with celebrities, like really well-known celebrities, like Katy Perry, Taylor Swift, Tom Cruise, The Rock. A lot of like these big, well-known Oprah celebrities, they deepfake. But
do me the favor and just stop talking right now. You're making yourself sound strange and weird.
Now they're deepfaking, like the YouTubers, the people on Kick, the people on Rumble, and they're doing that. And if it's happening to YouTubers and streamers, then it's happening to a lot of people.
I don't know. We don't know where Sjam is. Sjam has disappeared. I played some videos of his, for nostalgia. Sjam nostalgia. I'm suffering from it. And now we're listening to Monty. And, I will tell you something, Jessica. Monty always derives and goes back to talking about himself. and he makes himself sound so quirky, and he does not realize. And I have to write him an email after this show, and I'll write him, Monty, you have to think twice before you speak, please. Before you let things go out of your mouth, think about it if you really want to say it or not. I'm going to have to write him an email about this.
It's
But
so
at the same
annoying.
time, I would be getting introduced to big clientele. Like, one thing I can say is that her clients were money. So I was making money. I was learning, and I felt like, okay,
But
this
you
is
see,
cool. Like,
Jessica, do you see how this Azria, she is so into herself and so cocky, you know? It is terrible. I don't know how people can respect any person like that. Like, sex work is sex work. I'm not saying to be ashamed about it. But you know how these people, these women, they think, you know, there's something special, you know, and I'm going to educate you about it, you know, like, fuck off, shut up, you know. Go take a cold shower and go suck some more cocks. Something like that I want to tell them, you know, but people listen to, look at her face. How stupid she is. Such a stupid woman.
I have a
Wow, like she doesn't understand how, like, if you have girls doing certain things, they you can find a better clientele if you. Oh my God, like I can't with this shit. I just can't. I'm so annoyed.
To run and own and operate an agency. Got it. So I'm spending all my time with this girl and at the agency, and I realized,
Bitch, I can't. I am.
my other friends. I'm not doing jack shit that's for me. And it started to become a little daunting, especially when you can't go
With
to
that white dot on her nose. How stupid you are, Azria. Like, really, okay, to do makeup, you know, is normal. But if you thought that white dot is going to make you look, you know, cool, you know, no, it doesn't. It makes you look like a clown, just what you are. You specifically put a white dot instead of a red one. Wow, what a difference. Still put that dot on your nose, representing yourself, the clown as you are, with your Lionel Richie apple mouth.
this girl's house. As soon as you
I hope this ends it.
talking about somebody
Look, this is
Look
my
at this dark
point. This,
someone. Oh, this is fantastic that this showed up on the screen. Oh my god. Oh my god. I just want a piece. Grow up. Get some brain cells. Get some character. You freak. I just want a piece. Go to play in the Go play with the kindergartners.
this is my point. This is my point. This is my point. I want to make this point so vividly clear right now. The hierarchy does not
I'm also
exist
sick of
in
this
my
whole
chat.
Olympics.
If you're a cam girl, if you're
Well
a
said. Whole Olympics. Fantastically well put.
streetwalker, if you're a fucking $1,000 an hour whore, I don't care. We're all the
Monty
same
has
here.
also now
That is how I ran my
wanting to
website. That's
participate.
how we treated
Monty,
each other.
Monty,
That's why I know
stop
so many.
talking about this so much. You seem that you're jealous. You want to be part of the whole Olympics. Don't stay out of the whole Olympics. No need for you to go dancing with your butt in the whole Olympics. Stay out of it.
People who made thousands of dollars an hour as a hooker. Why?
You'll
Because
see.
we all treated each other the same. This shit, this treating me like I'm some piece of trash because I ran a website that helped women. No. We're not doing this shit no more.
If she wants to call it that, a website that helps women. Okay, if you truly want to help women, I mean, there's lots of venues for that. I don't think women are even helping themselves when they're in that industry. Like I said, there's just too much shit that will affect your psyche. But that's just.
But you just don't know what to say anymore. You want to say something bad, but you're like, fuck, man, you know, like, I don't know what to say. Let it be. Let it be. You don't have to put hate everywhere. Just let it be. He's trying to find something, you know, like.
Me, that's just my opinion on the whole thing.
Okay, we got it, Monty.
We can get into a conversation about that.
We
but
don't need to derail. Let's move on. Let's move on.
Who is this? Says Wicked Laughter. This is BWW Veronica. Cake Farting Extraordinaire, or should I just say Farting Extraordinaire, does and offers sexual services, used to live in Mexico, trying to outrun Fasta Sesta, is now back in the United States of America, and wanting to return back to Mexico once she has reestablished herself, particularly in the sex industry. She is a BBW by name and also a BBW by weight, clearly. And she is your
Why do you
favorite.
have to feel the need to specify that? We all can see that in weight she has weight. Why are you feeling the need to be mean? Monty, let's go take a masturbation moment. Stop being mean to Veronica. I don't know, you're very mean to just let Veronica, let her be. You can be mean to the other, they're mean. But just she's not being mean at all. I don't know why. Leave it, let it, Monty. Masturbation moment we need.
Fetishist.
Because this is what's leading the charge. Fuck you all. Fuck all of you who have been following this
I like
bitch,
her.
calling
Fuck
me.
you all. Fuck you, Veronica. Me and you, we can hang out. Fuck you all. Fuck you all. Fuck you all. Just fuck you all.
A sex trafficker. Again, projection. I'm done. I'm not gonna. You know what? You all can call me whatever you want.
Yeah,
going
exactly.
forward, I'm not gonna
I
respond
agree.
to none of.
I'm on Veronica's side. You can call me also pedophile, predator. You can call me the other word. What was I? Predator, pedophile, trafficker. There was another one. I can't. There's one that I always forget. I don't know.
It, because this is proof that every time someone talks shit on me, they're a piece of shit. Period.
Well,
fuck you.
Well, one thing I have to say, Veronica, regards this, I don't know much about your content from before, but from what I know is that you also talk shit about people. So with this part, you kind of contradict yourself a little bit. I'm very fair, guys. I'm fair. You also talk shit about people. I've heard some clips, I went back and you also were talking shit about people. So regards this, there you're not making much point. But let's move on.
So mad.
That shit is draining to me. So, things were becoming a little bit.
There, I'm reading for you, baby.
I like to be in my fucking house, right? But I'm thinking this is
Coin has become a main.
Train me, like, can I just come to work and just you shut the
Unreal.
Before it was not on the internet in the girl world, Hoenn, but now Hoenn is something very popular. Actually, if you don't have any Hoenn experience, you're not, cool anymore.
Amount of shit I've taken for 3 fucking years, you guys.
This Dark Salmon,
I think if Veronica really stood on
where
her
you
business, I keep saying
hey,
that,
Dark
but there's
Salmon, where the fuck are you beezing tonight? Where are you beezing? Huh? Question mark.
a lot of people who are wishy-washy.
Very.
And if people like her would stand on her business, it would be a lot better, because she did make a very good opinion. I keep saying this, I'm going to keep repeating it, that what Buddha Bitch was doing was really not cool. She tried to paint me a certain way. She tried saying certain things. She was putting random clips of other people saying that the situation was X, Y, and Z when it truly wasn't, to try and paint me a certain way or to imply that I was in her basement after graping her.
100% right. This is true.
Yes, you heard me say it. She was implying that I was graping her, even though I've never met this woman in my life. And I'm disgusted that I ever wasted my time to have her call me and speak to me about all types of bullshit that
and you
are
ignored
easy.
me. You never gave me any attention. Because I tell you, the stupid people attract each other. I knew that. That's why nobody gave me attention back then, and hardly why I get attention nowadays. Because nobody can really. My intelligence is just makes everybody not understand me. It is like this. I'm sorry.
Or seemingly easy
I would just
fix
accept myself being, a recluse because of my intelligence. It is what it is.
problems that she would never fix, but always want to talk about. This is why I'm surprised that her talking to Hecate's daughter, because these are two nutties talking to each other. Usually when that happens,
what are they? Wait, one more time. What are they? What are they?
Is that her talking to Hecate's daughter, because these are two nutties talking to each other. Usually when that happens, folie à deux situation occurs, and also a fallout occurs where one person will be like, no, it has to be this way, or I see it like this. If you don't see it like this, we can no longer be friends. I'm surprised that hasn't happened yet, and now all of a sudden we get a
I
war.
know, but don't you find it cute that, you know, like, I don't think that he realizes that actually, you know, his videos are entertaining, but I don't think he realizes that how much he makes it, you know, and self-projects, you know, and makes it about himself. But this, I think, makes it even cute.
Surprised that hasn't happened because Buddha Bitch will eat up a lot of your time. She used to eat up at times hours of my day. Wanted to
Why
talk
were
about
you?
the same.
Why are you not ashamed to say this? Why are you admitting to this, Marty? You see, this is where I tell you: think 2 times before you speak. Like, I'm gonna teach you this lesson in life. Think twice before you let things out of your mouth. Why is this in your advantage to say that you spent hours talking to this woman? This is not in your advantage to say. It doesn't make you look good. Not at all. Not at all. Doesn't help your point at all.
And that started to become annoying. Very, very, very annoying, especially when you start to randomly call somebody in the morning, at night, the middle of the night, anytime.
Hey, Pierre, nice to see you. I'm so happy to see you, Pierre. I hope you're doing well. Legal egg box. I'm glad that we have nice people now around and nobody's fighting and all that. You know, and I see nobody's really insulting me either in the chat. I appreciate very much. It's very peaceful.
You feel like talking, they should be available. You know what? That type of person that you need, you don't need a so-called friend. You need a therapist. Okay, and I'm nobody's free therapist.
Was when it had to do
I'm
with
so
loyalty, or
mad.
when it had to do with fucking up money. Because if I'm going to be taking over this agency or another agency, I need to look up.
I want to make a joke, but I don't want to make the joke because then Monty will get mad. But in the end, it's not a bad joke, but maybe I shouldn't make it. You're not anybody's free therapist. We know this, Monty. That's for sure. And we also know that purple glitter, you didn't make her that purple glitter design for free either. It's also a charge. It was also charged. Yes, we know.
Sticks, and I also don't want to be close or
I don't
friends
think
with
he's gonna
bitches
be
that
mad
operate
at me
like
for
that,
that,
right?
Yeah,
So-
she posted it and she kept on saying how she didn't know whose dick pic it was. Then all of a sudden it was the guy who essayed her. And I'm like, that's in itself doesn't make any sense. Why would you post a picture of a person you're saying essayed you and then act like it was mine to make people think it was me? And then people just go off without actually thinking maybe Buddha Bitch is not telling the truth.
That was
right?
wild.
Hey, Ansja, what's going on? Popping in to say hi, welcome.
So whenever she talked shit about somebody, I believed her because I thought, why would a bitch lie? Right?
Look at how she speaks.
Why would a bitch lie?
acted accordingly.
You see Veronica, that's the thing. Veronica, she speaks natural. She's natural. She shows herself on the camera, you know, and it's nice. It's personal. I admire her for her confidence. Let's put it like that. Everybody's like, what do you mean? You know what I mean. But it's nice. It's personal to show yourself on the camera. But she's natural. But look at Azria, the way she talks, you know, like she thinks that she's in a movie or something with the voice, you know, like it's so fake, so obnoxious. But you see, Veronica is very natural. It's like just literally like you're sitting with a friend in front of you.
I wouldn't have beef with the girl essentially, but I would keep my distance, you know? Like, I ain't leaving you in the fucking room, my purse type shit, right? And then as time kept progressing, I started to notice some really terrible attributes I didn't like. Like, so, you know, every day time starts progressing more and more. And then I noticed that
I don't understand this. I will
and
tell you one thing. I don't understand, and maybe you can share information. I unsubscribed from that woman, and because she doesn't like me and I don't need any, it was just bothering for me. Let's put it like that. Because she had no reason to hate me. It was like, if somebody has a reason to hate me, I get it. But if a person has no reason, you know, it's weird for me. And I'm like, whoa, you know, that's psycho. But if the person has a reason, then it's not weird. But if there's no reason, then it's weird. And so then I unsubscribed. And also you can put, if you click on the upper right corner, on the dots, you can click the option, please do not send me notifications from this channel also. So you can unsubscribe and also do that. So it's like double down, you know, so I don't see anything. But from what I know is that she didn't make content, and I wonder, what happened to her content? She had all this plan with news channel, no? And making a soundboard. She even said, with my voices, with my screamings and all that. I was actually looking forward to that a little bit. What happened? What happened to no more shows? Why? Yeah, I was not looking forward because I unsubscribed for a reason, but from what I heard is that she's not around. Pity.
Bigger.
With someone else that wasn't in the industry, or just take a day to
Hekate,
myself.
hey, what are you doing, Hekate? You're, her, how you call it, her support. Give her some ideas. If she don't have content ideas, give her some ideas, and then send Lilith, Moonchild, and Boobies, to go pump up the groove, pump up the vibe, and then help out. What are you doing, Hekate? You're slacking. You're leaving your lapdogs thirsty, just like that, ignoring them. Oh God, you're terrible. You terrible hoe. Terrible hoe.
And she would
terrible hoe, mama.
Me up and be like, "Oh, you're on schedule today. You didn't know?" Or guess what? There's
Again, my website was kept to the tippy toppy squeakiest of cleaniest. The squeakiest.
I don't see how that's
We had
possible.
to.
I don't see how that's possible, especially when you literally just told me you had agencies posted on your website. Your agencies are not going to tell you everything. You're literally reviewing a person talking about how an agency wanted to set up shop.
Because Jessica Messig is around and she can also say something. This woman had many opportunities to panel. Everybody has told her panel. Click the link, and she didn't panel. Why? Why does she not want to confront anybody? It's very strange, don't you find? She has the opportunity to confront and to talk very open with everybody, but she doesn't talk to anybody. Only with Azria and Lilith, and Boobies and the safe. But to talk to other people, to confront, she doesn't confront. Why? Look at me. I paneled with everybody. With everybody. I've never ever refused like a setup panel, just for somebody to enter my panel. No, not like that. But like this, I've paneled with everybody.
From multiple places. So from my gathering, her website was
also,
very
one thing I will also tell you.
I wouldn't say local, but more like
Monty, wait a moment, Monty. Just let me talk also. You will have your turn. Also, I want to say, do you remember the very pretty one? She was also with Jessica Messiga. Jessica, what was her name? Nova Kane. What happened to her? Why did she? Okay, in the end, we all know that she also said that she has a life. She was not like us, stuck to the computer. She was not like that. We already know that. I knew that. People that look like that and are at that age, they don't need the internet. Like if they can have their fun, but if it doesn't work out, they're not going to be crying over it much. They move on with their life, with the real life. So I believe that's what she did. But how come she's not even in chats? This is my question. Now, leave the channel and her show alone. Maybe she doesn't have time or doesn't like it. But why she never come in the chat anymore? This is for me question.
Regional is in a certain
I'm sorry, don't
area.
Terrible. Spooky Stoner. I've also her channel and she made shows and then I see her in chats everywhere. She's still around, just being nice, having normal, pleasant person, pleasant comments. I have nothing to say. No, I have no critique to give to Spooky Stoner in today's days. No, but yeah, this is the difference.
Maybe
and you see, this is observations from an old girl world person, an oldie. I'm an oldie, so I can make these kind of observations. Other people, Azria, cannot make. Azria doesn't know who Spooky Stoner is and all the history, whilst I do all of it. And about Bia, and about Nova Kane, and all of these characters. Yes, Vegas doll. Vegas doll.
A city is maybe a certain subsection of a state or certain states.
What
There's
happened
no
to
way you
PhD
can govern
like,
agencies
I
to
don't
the
know. I don't know
ability
which one
where
is
you know for sure they're not doing seedy stuff when you're in a business like BB Delvernick is in. There's literally no way. So she can say like everything was, you know, IDs were checked and whatnot. Even with that, when you're asked,
Yeah, I agree. Lilith is like the DJ for girl wedding clubs, 100%. But I don't think she's a good DJ. I think that she loses personality because she's too much a sucker for Azri and just simply, she was for me like this. Let's put it like that. When I just met Lilith, I believed that she was exactly like that, DJing girl work. But then when I saw the stupidity and the obsession with Azria and with the mean girls, and she doesn't have a personality, opinion, or character of her own, that's when I said, oh, stupid person. No more respect. I lost respect completely. So for me, she's just in the garbage bin, you know, with all the other stupid people. No personality, no character, no opinion of your own. No mind of your own, just a fucking sheep. It's Lilith for me. But I don't mind if you have a different opinion. I have the right to have mine, you have the right to have yours. I never say anything that you have a different one.
asking a John for ID, some Johns will be cool with it. Other Johns will be like, no, you're not getting my ID because I don't want to be identified. And there you go. You lose a client, right?
Her shit was always illegal. It was never legal to run a fucking brothel. And
I'm so sorry about the whole Mary thing. I've been hearing and seeing that Mary was blocking a bunch of people.
What happened? Wait. This is T. This is T. Come on, Jessica. Mary. Do you remember Mary? This Mary is already out of the picture a long time ago. I remember Mary. I was actually a little bit jealous about Mary. I was like, why does Mary get so much attention? And in the end of the day, Mary was what? Blocking people, and she has not been around. What do you mean, Monty? Have you not been checking your... Don't you check? Everybody checks at least once a month their community settings to see who's blocked and who's, you know, mod and who's what. And Mary's not been around since months already, so you have no excuse. How come you say this now? It's not making sense. Please make this add up. Please make it make sense. I have some logics in my wet brain.
Because of her own personal likes and dislikes.
Hey,
and
Random
opinions.
Fishy. I'm
it
so
makes
glad
it
to
even
see my
worse that
love.
it's all in the same condo. Like, what? What?
Big money. I know you're off, but if you come, there's big money waiting for you. At
I'm sorry.
No, what do you mean she never blocked Random Fishy? What are you doing? You are now going against Morty's words. He just said that Mary blocked people. Listen, let's listen to it again, and then you have to listen, and then you have to understand. And where is Mary? Where is Mary? Where is Mary? Do you know? Does anybody know where is Mary? Where in the world is Mary? But let's listen to this. Random Fish.
All in the same condo. Like, what? What?
Big money. I know you're off, but if you come, there's big money waiting for you.
I'm sorry.
Down? I'm like, cool. I would
Do you
show
need to
up,
breathe
and
it?
then I'd be sitting there on the couch, like, okay.
I'm good. I'm sorry. You just, again, if you have a problem with someone who has very strong emotions, you're not going to like it here. It's just my life is always on 11. It's just,
look at Anthony's face. As my friend Breezy would say, thumbnail, woohoo. Oh my god, I had a brain block there. I have not heard Breezy saying thumbnail woohoo in such a long time. We have to go back to the old streams, you know. I have not heard her say it in such a long time that I even forgot the tune. This is terrible. This is wet brain.
just the way it is. Sorry, but I'm never wrong. I have not been wrong. I'm not wrong about this bitch. I was right. I was so right. I'm fucking psychic.
So now a bitch is just out of her house for no fucking reason, and she's like, "Well, you want to have a glass of wine?" And I'm like, "Fine. I'm already here."
I just
Maybe I'll get a
can't.
call in between, and next thing you know, It was always wine. It was always wine. It was always amaretto. It was always
Look at
tequila.
how she speaks. I really dislike this woman. She thinks she's so interesting. You're not interesting. What makes you think that you're so smart and interesting? Honestly, you don't look extraordinary. You don't have a story that is extraordinary. You're crazy. You're so narcissistic and delusional. Where's your child? Your child for sure doesn't want to say that you're the mother or hang out with you. Otherwise, we would have at once, in all these streams, in all these hours, we would have once heard your child in the background. Once, at least. For fuck's sakes, you're such a loser of a woman. Shame on you. You're freak. You're freak of nature.
It was always something.
That's what you
Next
are.
thing,
Freak
whenever
of
I'm not
nature. I will never reply your emails. Nothing. You're just stupid as fuck, man.
What happened with stuff? What did the spooky say? To be honest, if I were an active sex worker, I wouldn't even be talking about it online.
It was always amaretto. It was always tequila. It was always
Okay.
something. Next thing,
I guess
whenever
that
I'm not,
works.
Let me find you a
I'm at
good
her house
clip. Hold on.
drinking, and I just started to go down the fuck hill. But then it just started to
Okay.
become too much. You know, I don't want to see nobody's face every
If
fucking
you
day.
cannot remember
right?
Mary, then it's firstly a big insult because that means that I don't know what you were doing. Mary was always in Marty's chat and she was like, she was like, Foodie Beauty's teardrop. Mary was Monty's teardrop. I don't have to say no more. This was what Mary was. Foodie Beauty teardrop, the teardrop for Foodie Beauty. Mary was that for Monty. Such a good mod, so loyal, always there, always pleasant, not too loud, not too soft, not too noisy, not too bossy, not too, just very smooth. She was very smooth. I liked her for the smoothness that she got in her, She was very pleasant, very nice woman, very nice woman. And I believe that she's from Spain, Spanish. She's not American, not Canadian, Spanish, Latin. She's Latin. Yes.
So I just have no time to
You see,
myself.
I'm an old girl with grandma. I know all these details, guys. That's why, fuck Azria and all these people that they think they know. They don't know shit, man. They don't know shit. They just know how to be loud. That's it.
And I noticed that every time I liked a girl in the agency, that girl would be an issue for her the next day or a week later, right? So there was this girl, let's call her.
Again, 10 years. 10 years I had my website. Do you know how many girls I fought with? Do we remember?
I don't remember.
3. 3.
Hello, look, we have her.
3.
Hello, Harlan. It's so nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. They didn't like each other? What do you mean? What are you talking about, Harlan?
I mediated a few cat fights here and there. It's a problem, especially like if you're doing duos and stuff with people. There can be a lot of contention sometimes. But the biggest thing with sex work, especially like escorting, is letting
go. Who get
go.
along with Timber? What a grifter. I don't even know Timber, just from the stories. Happy birthday, Timber. By the way, let's not forget. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, Timber. But this Timber is so obnoxious and insufferable, like nobody would get along with her. Mary was a delicate female.
Of your ego. Because,
Duos.
we're all
doing duos. Okay, I guess somebody was sucking a little bit harder than somebody else, so they thought they should get more of the pay. Maybe it should have been a 50-50. Now it's a 60-40 because one was on both nuts while the other one was only on one nut.
Because
duos.
We're all the same. Whether you're putting a pretty face to it, it's still fucking for money. So
for Michelle, she came over, she joined the agency, and me and her right off the bat, like we clicked, right? And I was
keep her out of jail, keep her in the mental hospital.
With the owner.
Bitch, we need to smoke a bowl.
I was like, yeah, I just went over to Michelle's birthday.
Like, I'm just so glad we can move forward from this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
check it out. The Jessica has a different profile picture here. She was also here in the chat, and that was not the same profile picture. I have to check if this is the real one. Yeah, it's the real one. So yeah, different profile picture. Okay, but at least you can tell. You can say that I'm very I'm not stupid. You know, I take care. My wet brain sees details.
Behind her
I
eyes.
just, it's just been bugging me because I'm like,
The real
why do they keep bringing it up? Like, why is it so weird for them? Like, why are they so awkward? Why are they so weird about it? Like, I have never dealt with this kind of shit with women before. And now it all makes
Look, I
sense.
also have the picture of her like this. Look at her. Look, she looks like a crow, you know? Look with the nail, with the finger, you know, with the nail, you know? You can just hear, I can just hear the crow sound coming from her mouth, that crow sound. Can you not hear it? Just look at her face and now listen. Suits the picture now, right?
Because she feels bad about herself. And they get to project it onto a fat bitch like me, and they get to laugh about it. And they get an audience to laugh about it because people are laughing at the fat bitch.
Really?
I get it. And now I can move forward and fully understand moving forward. Like it's just one of those life lessons, right? Like I have to move forward now from all of those dumbass bitches. Like they are ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
Stop,
This
Ali.
is ridiculous. She's a whole ass trafficker.
Yeah, you see?
A whole ass trafficker.
See? Thank you so much. Hold
And
on.
she is getting praised for.
You see? Thank you so much, because somebody said that I'm stupid with my wet brain, that I was in the chat. I'm like, yeah, I was there, but I did not listen to it because I was in the tram. Look what I wrote. Hello, everyone. I am with Bernie, but checking here too. I had no time to listen to it. So this person was mean. It was at the beginning of my chat. I forgot who it was. An asshole, as always.
Calling me a legal website owner who was able to travel internationally. Like, you gotta be kidding me if you think they'd let me travel internationally.
I'm so happy. I cannot. I've never heard your voice. How are you going to? Are you gonna share your voice? I wish that one time to hear your voice, at least how it sounds. I cannot imagine.
I had any
And then
kind of.
Fish is like, you stupid hag. You've been talking to me, you know, every day for no. I know that's not the case, but it could be that Rano would be like, you stupid one. I spoke 2 times already on panel, but I know they didn't. I know Rano Fish did not speak ever with voice to me, ever, never. I know that. And now I'm just waiting for Random to write something like, you forgot.
So annoying, the stupidity.
Well, they would, because you're not charged, and you're not, you know, they haven't held you up anyway, so of course you would. You're not detained. You were never, well, I can't say never detained, but
perfect.
Unless
Great
you're
answer.
charged or something and or detained.
We are telepathic. Me and you, we are very much. We have such thinking, you know, telepathy. But yeah, you see, I was right. So, phew, I feel relieved. I knew that I never heard her voice, because I would have remembered.
Put like a traveler
I've been
restriction
curious many times
on you, then you could just go wherever you want.
Of these people. It's all good. It's all good.
You know, it wasn't outright like, but it was a quick little flicker of jealousy. And I'm like, yeah, you know. And then all of a sudden the next day, she's telling me, texting me, oh, this bitch didn't show up for a shift, and that just fucked up all your money because you were supposed to have a party with her.
Something like that for me is such a compliment. Thank you so much. That is really because I know that you're way smarter than me, much more well-spoken and smarter, and yeah. But thanks a lot.
Later, and now nobody's coming to the party.
Said something like that. Compliment.
Blah blah blah. And I realized like she was trying to get me mad at the girl. So I'm starting to notice like, yo, I don't like anybody.
This one was the one that said, hey, this one is the.
Why would you ever be blocked?
That they appeared. This one is at the beginning of my chat. I said at the beginning of my chat there was a fucking asshole that said that I forgot that I was in Marty's chat. I'm like, I didn't forget, I was there, but I didn't have time because I was with Bernie, and I wrote that in the chat. And this one said, the jail mattress bed bug. What is wrong with you? Lucy was simping in his chat, but Azria claims she knows Lucy and she's cool. Azria is just stupid. I don't even want to think about. Lucy, I don't want to question. It's just gonna give me a headache. And Azria is no headache. I know she's stupid and I don't even have to think. It's easy.
No, we're friendly with each other. You're super cool. I would never, ever, ever even dare think of blocking you. How you been? I actually thought about you about
this. Is you know who this is? You know who this is? This is everybody. Come on. This is the one from Sjam. The one that I can't stand the name because it sounds like Food Abuse ex-boyfriend, Nadern. Oh my god. She even came in my chat once. Weird people, guys.
A day or two ago, I'm like, I wonder if Nadine's okay, because I remember you went through some shit. I remember last year summer, in and around the time I was in New Hamburg, and I was supposed to have spoken to Sjam face to face, but that didn't happen. So then I was like, okay, cool. And then he wanted you to bring your child and both come and stay with Jesus Christ, Nadine. Can you imagine, Nadine, if you had gone last summer and less than a year, like 9 months later, you would have not been having a place and you'd have to, fret about the rent being paid because this guy wanted you
don't even turn the words around.
Leave Western Canada and go and live with him. Like the types of shit. It's like people.
That's what I'm calling you. That's exactly
the man did not have
Glitterbug. Glitterbug, I have no time for you to turn my words around. You came and you said, "Can you not remember you were there?" And I said, "I cannot remember this stream, but I remember that I did say hello."
Secure home of his own. Like he should not be inviting anybody over into an unsecured household. I think that's just completely wrong. Just overall completely wrong, because I'd never want to do that to somebody. But then to do that and think it's okay, I could not, especially when there is a minor tagging along. I gotta have my place on solid.
Say something that what do you think why the reason is that Sjam and Keeks are not going live streaming? What do you think is going on? That they're not live streaming at all? Question, I'm sure that everybody's putting themselves this question. I'm also putting it to myself and I don't have an answer. I was thinking to myself that I think that maybe he really did get the job and he's just like, fuck YouTube, anyways, I'm not earning from it, I don't want to bother, for him it's a humiliation to have to tell us that he's working when actually we'd all applaud him, we'll be like, ooh, great job. But he doesn't want, because he wants to be the star like Foodie Beauty and not be like, he doesn't want to be an ordinary person. He doesn't want to work ordinary, an ordinary life. He wants to be Foodie Beauty, the male version. So that's why I think that it really, me personally, I think that he had to get work because he could not avoid it any longer. And then he's just like, fuck YouTube, when he gets home, he's like eating, and drinking and, watching YouTube, basically watching, what YouTube, because now he doesn't have much time and he's too tired to stream, and then he doesn't have what to say. He doesn't have what to talk about, and he doesn't want to say that he's working, which is weird, but I don't know, it is what it is. This is what I think that's happening, but maybe you have a different prediction.
With some sort of savings, and I got roots in the ground before I'm inviting somebody. But I'm glad things are getting better for you, and you didn't put yourself in that like really awful situation, because that would have really sucked. Yeah, so I'm always glad that you're doing better. Wish you the best. You was accidentally maybe for self-protection one stream. Yeah.
I don't know about.
So Pippa's Revenge says, in my opinion, only one of these storylines sound like. Which one sounds like that?
Paradise.
Pippa's Revenge. I love to hear What you
Anytime I'm
say.
close with any other girl, there's an issue. So once again, these things, they were annoying as fuck, but was I gonna fuck up my whole future and not have a part of the business because of it? No, right? But
Team
then
pronunciation
I
sounds
learned from this is when I really started to take a step back. Two things. One, I found out that there was a black girl there, and she was charging the black girl the same cut as if she had done the work. So basically, this black girl was bringing in her own clients, and she was only using the agency's room.
Yeah, I don't even know
So
how that works.
the agency wasn't doing any advertising for her.
Mhm.
The agency
I
was
remember that actually. Now that you mention it, that BCB, she got some kind of food or something like that from something like I remember. But what small detail, that you can even remember that her world. Wow.
wasn't answering any phone calls for her.
Mhm.
She only was using the room for the call. So why would you be charging this girl the same amount of money if you're not doing the same amount of work for the other girls?
Sjam is to
Wouldn't you have a discount? Wouldn't if you're charging $100 per call, wouldn't you charge her 80 or 70 because you know you're not doing any of the other things you're supposed
This is all illegal. Just so you know, just so you know, all illegal.
I'm sorry to hear that. I did clear my block list. If anybody's listening, I'm gonna make sure I clear it again.
Hey, did everybody hear that Monty's cleaning his block list? So everybody go crazy. Let's go crazy the next time that he live streams. Everybody go crazy.
All illegal.
I'm like, really?
Monty's like, fuck you, pal. Fuck you. Monty, we have to have some laughter. Because sometimes you're very dull. And it is what it is. And you're talking too much about yourself. You're so much talking about yourself. You should just make your show up only about yourself in the end of the day. No, in the end, I know that he's not mad. He knows that I'm just kicking some jokes around. I don't harm anyone or I don't insult anyone. I try not to.
Or you just really fucking greedy.
Some things I know for me is because I'm very hardcore. I grew up in Austria with my father and the Austrian people. So I can take really hardcore jokes. And some jokes, that I find some people think that they're innocent. I know that I can be hurtful. So I have to take that in consideration. I've heard that some people are offended by my jokes and I have to take that in consideration. So if I offend, I'm sorry in advance. But I don't mean to.
Either way, I don't like it. And then the second thing was the bitch asked me to extort somebody. That probably should have been the biggest thing, actually.
Yeah, and she kept working for it. Like, do you see a trend?
Get me to extort somebody. Plus this whole thing with the other girl.
This woman was so terrible.
I don't know.
She was so terrible.
I like Busy Bee because she was going against Breezy, and I was like, yeah, another one against Breezy. Let's team up. And I was, posting, sharing those links and everything. And then I realized that Busy Bee doesn't like me. And then I'm like, okay, whatever, no news, no breaking news. Once again, I'm not liked, my support is not appreciated, whatever. And then I saw Busy Little Bee hook up with Hannibal, and then Hannibal, my enemy. And then, afterwards, she hooks up with Gigi. Gigi is not my enemy, but doesn't know me, but it's not nobody in my, circle of friends. And then afterwards with Azria, which is my enemy. And I'm just like, oh my God, Busy Little Bee. And then she made today, I think I covered that in my video, I believe, or maybe I didn't, I don't know. She made a video, covering all the creators, I'm making a little compilation of funny moments of creators. And who does she put inside? FFG, Mikery Zackles, and Poppy Syntax. Exactly those big names, to suck up to them. Nah, come on, Busy Little Bee. As if you think that I didn't see that strategy and nobody else can see your strategy. You just took the time and you looked at all these reactors that are so big names and licked all their assholes together saying, oh, look, I gave the nice... Come on, give me a break. Shut up. Fuck off. I don't like slimy people. I like people that are smart, authentic, original, and strong. But I don't like asshole lickers. I've never liked asshole lickers in all of my life. That's why maybe I'm so abrupt and people don't like me, because I want to be the opposite of an asshole licker. I always have said to myself in my life, I've got to be the opposite of an asshole licker, So maybe that's why I come off, the way I do.
Things. It was all her fault.
So those two things, but here's the kicker. Here's the real kicker. She outed a girl that worked at the agency because she was mad at her. And you don't ever out anyone. You are upset with her about some dumb shit.
Look at her. Look at her talk. Look at the facial expressions. And you're upset. It's terrible. Azria, you're so unlikable and so not lady. You're so vulgar. That's exactly the right word. Vulgar. Cheap vulgarity you have with an arrogance and narcissism. Touch of narcissism. That's exactly what you're all about. An uneducated trash on the side.
Told everyone that she was basically a hoe. Yes.
There was my description for Azria. If you cannot remember, I cannot also, you can just rewind a few seconds and I put all the right words in that moment. What describes Azria in my opinion. Yes.
Okay, awkward pausing again.
Look, Jessica, see the chat. Hey,
But I'm here.
You know what?
So
I also saw you in Pete's chat. You know, Pete's from Fully Beauty. I saw you in that chat as well. I'm like, Jessica, you're really doing the rounds. And sometimes, you know, like at the same time you amuse me, but at the same time you annoy me because I'm like, why are you not doing something with your life? Like you're also just too much on the internet for your age. But then it's like, who am I to say, you know, like I know that in the end of the day. But it's because I know your age and I know the way you look and I want you to have, you know, to be living life. This is what you know, what we're doing here is. But in the end, you can say, well, fuck you, body. I'm earning money from it. And that's true. So in that perspective, I can also not say anything. I just think that I know that I'm going to hate myself for wasting these years on the YouTube. I'm going to like a lot what I gained, you know, the fun, the knowledge, the friends, but I'm going to also hate myself. I already hate myself. I'm going to already hate myself now because right now I'm seeing all the people that I'm meeting and all the opportunities and I'm like, fuck, man. But then I cannot blame it on YouTube. I have to blame it on myself. You know, my marriage, Steve, Ohio, my decisions. I cannot put the blame on YouTube. But I'm always going to put YouTube, you know, a little bit there. You know, I'm going to say, well, because of YouTube, you know, I was too much involved. You know, my mind was not working. But, you know, that's kind of, you know, like deflecting it on YouTube, you know, making the scapegoat YouTube. But I'm allowed to do that. And I have a reason. And I have also right. 100% it's not the fault of YouTube. But to 20% it is. And 20% is 20%.
yeah, the outing thing.
Dude, I have grown
I get it.
exponentially. I've learned so much about how my brain works. Like I feel like I'm doing a lot better at controlling my emotions. Right?
Pete is lame. Pete is autistic. Don't pick on the autistic people. I can also never pick on my husband because he's autistic. It is what it is. I can never ever insult my husband. He's autistic.
I just want to be. I just want to make fun of funny stuff and laugh and have a good time. And
Oh, Luxy coming with the snark. I don't know, Luxy. You kind of growing on me with the snarky stuff that you do.
Luxy, what's going on?
And I could just picture it, maybe you snapping you. Do you have an accent, Luxy? Do you sound like this or anything like that? You know what was funny? When I moved to Florida the first time, people kept on making fun of me.
Oh my god, Luxy and Monty are getting it on. Should I be jealous? No. Purple glitter, don't worry about a thing. I know you're watching this, but you cannot go on the internet. I'm very proud of you that you're controlling yourself. Don't worry, Luxy is not gonna get anywhere with Monty. I'll make sure of this. I've got you covered, my dear.
Because they were like, you have an accent and I talk funny, when I just thought they all talked funny living in Miami and stuff. But then again, I got used to that. I got used to the New York accent real quick.
Hey Nadine, we talked about you. We just talked about you like 5 minutes ago, Nadine. Hello, I hope you're doing well. We just talked honestly all about you and everybody asked, how are you doing? And so I'm so happy that you come and you give me the honor that you come and you say hello here as well. I give you a big hug, Nadine.
But hey, Luxy's kind of growing on me. So
do you know anything about your friend Sjam? He has been missing. Did he give a sign of life to you?
Luxy's saying maybe accounts doxing people's addresses in chat should stay blocked. Okay, sure, Luxy. We'll work on that.
not have, people coming in my chat telling me how horrible and terrible I am. I want to be able to post on Twitter and not have some dumb motherfucker be like, but you're a sex trafficker. I'm fucking done. I'm done. I wasn't
That's
the sex trafficker. She was. There you go.
Sucks,
Deflect. I'm done. It's so stupid.
I hope that he's well. Look, you have here Veronica. Veronica, she's like, and I can understand. I was also many times, I'm done with this. Especially, I'll tell you, with the trafficking, I thought that you guys were just joking, that you were calling me a trafficker. And then I realized that you guys are not joking. I'm like, oh my God, this is stupid. But it was just stupid for me. I was not upset. But with the when people were calling me a pedophile, that pissed me off, that got me upset because, I have my personal issues, with not being able to have children and family of my own. And when people call me a pedophile, boom, that pissed me off. But the trafficking, when people call me a trafficker, I found it funny because I thought you were all joking, honestly.
I can't believe this hoe has been the one that was running this campaign.
So outing a woman
Unreal.
in the industry is one of the most
No
diabolical
worries.
things you can do. So I take
So Cam trying to dox me the other night for these bitches. And that's how she feels, right? She knows doxing is fucking bad, right?
Yo, what's up with the Camnian thing? And Nikki T, I guess. I have no idea what the hell's going on. I've just been hearing stuff. Like, can somebody explain? By somebody, I guess I mean Luxie.
Fucking stupid.
Erin, nice to see you, Erin. Yeah, this is multi-stream. Pierre says, pause, please. Yeah, pause. I'm telling you. It's good that you reminded me, Pierre. Should we write an email? I'm really hot. This is the thing. I don't have air conditioning. I had air conditioning in Ohio. I don't have it here. But in Vienna, it's not necessary. But in Ohio, it's very hot. But now it's hot now, too. Or I'm just maybe in heat. I don't know. But let's think about this. Should I write an email to that company? Because the owner of PAWS is German. Manu. Her name is Manu, and she's German. Should I write her and tell her that it's ridiculous? And it is just, should I just stay out of it? No emails.
a step back, and then as I'm analyzing things and how things are going, and I'm realizing,
Bing
even
bong.
if she were telling the truth about giving me the agency.
Sorry.
I want no parts of a bitch like this.
No, don't say big bong. Why did you do that,
God.
Veronica? You made me want to cry now. Why did you have to go to that stupidity level? I'm so upset.
I was supposed to go to her house, but I said, fuck it. And instead, I invited the girls over to my house. And I said, do not tell her
I
that
know
you're coming
Cam
here.
gets
Let's
no
talk.
love. I know.
And so when they
It's
came,
not
I
nice.
was like, straight up, this is
Not
why I
nice
don't like
person.
you, because she said this. This is why I don't
You
like
know,
you, 'cause
I
she said
tried
this.
because
And
because I
Yeah, you're
learned
right.
from them.
I agree with you.
When I started covering Rosie, I didn't know as much as I know now. We hadn't watched everything.
I agree with you. You know who covered first Rosie? Like, do I have to Jessica, Messica? Do I have to mention who covered Rosie first, or can you say? But who covered her first? It was me. I was the first one to cover Rosie in our area, not in the world. But and then after me came your mama, and then some other people, and then Camian took over, and then now also Veronica. But me, I'm already bored. I don't cover Rosie. I just check what she's doing if she's interesting. But I don't, I don't, how you call it, routinely and ritually cover Rosie because she's boring as fuck and annoying too.
And they had already watched everything. So I was able to ask questions, and I mean, I don't know, I thought we got along, but no, he just kept attacking me. And then she just decided that she wanted to go
Something
be
bad happened to you.
one of
Nadine, hold
her
on.
people, I guess.
What
And
happened
so
to you,
she just
Nadine?
blocked me on Twitter.
What happened to you, my love? Did somebody do something bad to you? Don't hesitate to say, here in my area, there's not very many people. As you can see, I don't have very many people in my area. There's only smart people, grown-up people, and good people. you can say, and then it's terrible if something, we need to know, because we need to know if somebody harmed you. They need to have repercussions.
Twitter and moved on to talking about doxing me. Real nice. Like, again, the only people
I
who
feel
have
bad for putting
problems
you,
with
man.
me are bad
That's
people.
why I want to write. That's
And
why I want to write to that woman, you know. I want to write to that woman and to tell her that her employee, this is the thing, let's write to that woman, tell her that her employee is fucking everything over for Foodie Beauty, and it's not right. Foodie Beauty was just, you know, like, this is her job. YouTube, you know, she makes money from super chats and all that. She was not thinking. She was high from kitten cutiness. And she was not thinking. She was just thinking of her YouTube job, whatever, you know, because it isn't yet her job, guys. It is what. Even if the content is shitty, you know, we watch it, you know, and so many other people react on it. But I want to explain to that woman that her employee is really fucking over Foodie Beauty. I want to contact that woman. She's German. I know she's German, guys. So, you know, what do you think about this? Should we intervene? And you know that I have a very good speaking voice, and I can speak
I have
very
proved this.
You know what?
Everybody has faith in me to represent them. That's why Bernie today said, if anybody represents me and my company, I want it to be you, Melissa. And I was like, wow, you know, I'm so honored.
You know what? Camnian did. He called me like a flaming H word.
I think, yeah, Monty.
But then again, I
Monty,
mean, my fiance also calls me that.
Monty's just talking about himself. In the end, you know, he's pretending to react on other people, but actually, at the end of the day, he's just talking about himself. I'm telling you, he's projecting. He's pretending to be talking about them.
So it's kind of like I didn't really take much offense to it, buddy.
He's again referring to himself. Listen, I'm not lying to you.
He like a flaming H word. But then again, I mean, my fiance also calls me that, so it's kind of like I didn't really take much offense to it. But you know, it's still kind of wrong. It might hurt somebody's feelings. What if I took offense to that? I mean, I guess if you have a fiance at home that does that to you all the time, it kind of gets normalized, even though it shouldn't. Where's Eggy? Oh, you mean my fiance? I don't know. Maybe with some guy. I think she's with some guy from Manchester tonight, partying up and whatnot. Probably shit talking me to her parents.
I'm
so sorry,
and time again. When I say what I say, I mean it. There is no missing context to anything. I put every bit of context in everything. And it's so annoying.
She's a liar. And I just decided, I'm done with this bitch. And so did they. So I'm thinking, so now I'm like, okay, I need to leave this place properly because right now I don't have any clients because I have not been working independently.
I guess. It's just so weird.
Right? All of my clients are with her. So I decided that I was going to have a discussion.
I already did more research. The German person is already resident of Kuwait and is married to a Kuwaiti for 17 years. So she's that would not be the issue. But I'm just telling you, yeah, you're right. I'm not going to get involved. There's no point. Already too many people did shit. But I would like to tell her that her employee is fucking over an innocent person. Because nobody's standing up for Foodie Beauty, and me with my German language and my very good educational speaking skills, I could explain to this woman that her employee is really harming just an entertainer that made a small mistake, an innocent mistake. Yeah, she makes money off YouTube. Yeah, it slipped, you know, like if you want to donate. But she says that that's her job on YouTube. But she should have considered the law in Kuwait, which she didn't. But it should not be, you know, her career should not be now affected because of this mistake. She should pay the penalty, whatever it is, but not let this employee of this fucking PAWS ruin Foodie Beauty's career. I'm completely against this. With all my heart. I will fight. I should think about this email once again.
With her. And I said straight up, I want to go independent.
So the deal with Nikki, if you guys want to know what Nikki's deal is Nikki is a cow buddy troll. She tries to buddy troll all of the cows. Rosie, she's nicotine. We're 100% sure now. She's nicotine in her chat now, but I know she was someone else before. She tried to buddy troll me. She buddy trolled ALR. I think she buddy trolled Foodie too, or did she not? I know she did ALR for sure. She went into their chat because talking to her. So yeah, she's just a buddy troll. That's her thing. And
Look, I don't want to always stop because we're not getting anywhere. But regards this food beauty thing, Glitterbug, I will tell you this, Glitterbug. Foodie Beauty is impulsive. She's not an asshole of a person. She's just sometimes reckless and doesn't think. Like stupid, you know? But in a impulsive way, innocent way, not in trying to harm anybody. She's just making her own life hard. And she saw the kitten and it took over her, you know, she's lonely and she saw that kitten. It reminded her of her cat at home, the ones that she left, Sam.
even think that
Then
Cam, she's buddy trolling Cam.
And she was not thinking. She was just not thinking, guys.
I think that she is
out of that, you know, like. Yeah, I agree. She should not have asked for money. I agree with that 100%. But you're not going to want to, you know, ruin her whole life for this mistake.
Is using him as the voice for her channel just for the fuck of it. I don't know. She's weird. She's a really weird chick. He's useless, but she thinks it's funny because it's like he's weird as fuck. He's so schizophrenic. He's willing to fucking dox me. Like, are you kidding me?
Jesus.
I'm sitting here. I'm like, I was a sex worker. I had all these people on my website.
I agree, it's messed up. I also was, my heart fell to the floor when I heard her ask, you know, donate money. But the thing is, remember that one person donated $100, and then she saw that she didn't even ask for that money, and she saw that people were just, you know, but sending money, you know. She's like, if you want to donate. She didn't think, but it was wrong. 100%. I cannot defend her in this case. I cannot.
I mean, a
to make
shrink.
it such a big deal to kick her out of the country and to make her a criminal, you know, that's stupid.
Would have a field day with the shit that goes on in girl world with people with mental health issues they're not working on, not trying to resolve, and then it gets exacerbated, getting into arguments and fights because people that should be working on themselves aren't working on themselves. Because there could be a healthy in between where you're online as well as you're helping yourself in a mental health type of sense. But there's so much people that are just not doing anything for themselves. They literally dive into girl world and then all of this shit just happens.
People are, you guys, oh yeah, let me dox you. You know how fucked that is, right? That's a real fucked thing to do. And what's worse is he doxed someone else. And
good comment, Nadine. That kitten wins, yeah.
I'm hoping he isn't harassing her. That's all I'm saying. Like,
sad thing,
you know, I'm sure
the kitten already had a name, Bruce Lee. I feel so bad that this story became so negative, you know, for Foodie Beauty. It didn't have to go. It didn't have to be this way. But because people are hateful and bitter, it is this way. Bruce Lee, funny story, you know, Bruce Lee's story.
Sure, maybe someday I will be doxxed, but not right now, please. Let me leave the country first. Thank you. Because you don't understand what it's like to be someone that when people are jealous of them, they hate them, right? Like,
yes, I know exactly.
It's hard to explain.
It's not hard to explain. I've had that a lot in my life because people jealous of me, they hate me. But the reason is, I don't know. People are stupid, you know. They see something. It's like, you know, they always say, you think that the grass is greener on the other side. It's not, man. It's not. You just think it is greener and you see it green, but it's not. When you're on the other side, you will see it's the same shit, man. And a lot of people always thought, you know, because they saw me traveling but that's the thing, you know, they saw me traveling and yeah, I'm not going to say that was not nice. But I didn't have, like a family home, to ever enter a house where I had, like a father and a mother and family waiting for me or picking me up from the airport. I never had that in my life. I never had that shit. I never know. The only person that I know hugging was my grandmother. I've never hugged really anybody except the men that I was with. What can you say about that? Whatever. That's why I'm attached to Steve number one, which I don't want to talk about, because with him it was a different hug. It was like a family hug. But yeah, I never really had family, like hugging and all that, experience. And so yeah, I traveled, I had that, but I didn't have all of that other good stuff that you guys had, that other people had, the majority. I know majority didn't travel as much as me, but majority had family, and that's all of that feeling and those good stuff, feelings and experiences. I didn't have that. I don't know,
It's like
Christmases and like that, together with family. The only nice memories I have with family is with my grandmother, and those are pretty, rare and not so happy.
when I reject guys, how they will want to either hurt
Courtney.
me or just call me names and say I'm fat and ugly. Yeah, he was super rude to me.
Everybody's happy to see
He
you,
just wouldn't
Nadine.
stop being rude to me.
Everybody's happy to see
And
you
then
here.
Nikki
Oh,
would do
perhaps
this whole
you see.
thing where she'd be like, "Oh, he doesn't mean it, blah blah blah. He really does like you. He only does it because he likes you.
Oh my God.
He wants to
That's called
dox
negging.
me, and that could cost me my life." Like, men are weird. When I reject them, they will stalk me.
Okay, I'm sorry. Even I hate when people say like it. I guess you could sometimes put things off to sexes, but saying men is weird is.
Please don't make it again about you, Monty. I hate that. We don't need to hear what you think. I'm just joking. I'm just speaking. I'm just trying to make some fun. Yeah, that's the thing. Everything is so boring, and you gotta make some fun. Like I always see us in girl world, like we're in school. In high school. That's why I never take things so deep and in such an evil way. I also see us that we're just being children here and having childish fun. But that's how I see it. I know that it's maybe my vision is not the vision that everyone else has.
Just weird in itself, because we literally have multiple examples of women doing the same shit. Like, look what Purple Glitter was doing.
Purple Glitter.
She was doxing me. Don't you think, I would rather not have my house and, vehicles that are in my driveway or in my garage shown on the internet for everybody to see? My address fully there for everybody to see? Of course, I wouldn't want that.
Me personally, what I think is that I don't think that she's on the way back to Canada. I think that, of course, they had some issues and all that. But I think that she's in Kuwait and, just letting everything cool down. And in the end, it's ridiculous to kick. The thing is that these people, don't you think that these people know that everything's on YouTube? And how will it be, to kick a person out of Kuwait because they're a YouTuber and, they rescued a cat? It looks ridiculous for Kuwait, the country. It looks really ridiculous. For you now to say for them to leave it, unpenalized because, she was asking donations, yes. But for that, she will pay a fine. But they will not tell her to leave the country. I don't believe. So what I think is she's just dealing with the situation, letting things cool down, and she'll be back. And I don't think that she's going to Canada, but we will see. I don't know.
But it was done
speculation.
By a woman, not a man, a woman that kept on doing it. And not only was she doing it, she was sending it to multiple people, making
Rejecting
videos
them
about it.
Because I'm fat. Make it make sense. It's just the way it is. Like, it's what did they call it? The ugly girl syndrome, because they dated you because they thought you were ugly. And then when you reject them, they get angry. It's the same thing. It's so fucking weird. People are fucking weird.
Yeah, you have to take in consideration. Anyways, it was the time for her to go back. She was not ever planning to live forever in Kuwait. Her plan was just to be in Kuwait until, things calm down, people forget about the Nader story, which they have. And people forget that she had a bald head, which she will not have anymore, and she doesn't have anymore. She already has her hair kind of like nicely put back in place. So it could be that this is the time that she's going back and saying, okay, this is the right time, I'm moving back home. She was never going to live in Canada. You know that, right? You're not stupid. This was all just part of, the scenario, the script. You know that. I hope that you do.
This is what
I
I'm
hope that you
saying.
do. Otherwise,
So
you're very
the reality
stupid if you
is
don't.
this person who literally managed girls, not just ran a website and threw a fucking cocktail party in a public space where cops could come and visit us anytime. Like, I made sure to
Wait. That, you know what that sounds like? That sounds like cops were, getting in. Cops were getting laid, maybe for free. Because some cops do that, right? You've heard of all the Long Crime Network videos about how cops were using sex workers for free sex and saying that if they don't, give it up, they'll get arrested. How many cops have we seen?
Monty, why are you talking about such dirty things? Why do you have only dirty things in your mind at times? Honestly. You have quirky things, you're quirky, you're weird, and then now you're freaky. Please. Remember, I'm teaching you today the lesson that I give you in my life, that I can give you in life, not in my life, that I can give you in life is think twice before you speak. Think twice.
In the news in the past couple of years that have done that, even to the point where they were just disgustingly cruel about it. And who was that one cop? Wasn't he Northwestern United States?
Nadine?
I forgot what his name was.
I like it that you're smart. I believe that you're right. Do you think that she likes it? What's there to like? The heat? What's there to like? There's nothing to like. She just needed, she doesn't have family or friends, and she really fucked up bad back then in Canada with her addictions and with that dude.
Doing it to
that was
sex
going to take my restaurant away from me. I'm just joking.
Workers taking advantage of them when he was in a position of power, and then he got some serious time behind bars for doing it.
In a public space where cops could come and visit us anytime. I made sure to do it in public so they wouldn't come to my house until the end. Then in the end, I was okay with it for a while, but.
Oh, didn't I dox Farida on your channel? I didn't. What do you mean by dox? Show her home? I never showed her home. I said she has a shitty ass convenience store in the middle of nowhere.
I don't like this.
That little shit.
The thing I don't dislike.
And
but I would never pay attention to a person like Farida. She's annoying. One of these annoying women, just like Iri Pepperoni is, and all these women are. I don't like these annoying women. I'm also annoying, but I'm funny. So I balance my annoyingness out. I believe, in my opinion. And also I share some interesting insights and information, and all that. But these annoying women, they're just annoying and frustrated and mean. And Farida is one of them.
What else did I say? I forgot. We're going to have to look over that video because I want to make a follow-up on that.
Pete's doors
and her shitty-ass convenience store. I mean, her kitchen was pretty good, but if you really look at her house, it wasn't that great.
No.
I mean, but then again, these days,
she's not going to be staying with Pete's, guys. Calm down. Come on. If she's going to stay with anybody, she's going to stay with Aunt Phyllis. That's for sure. Number one. Number two, Pete, anyways, his mother, he has to babysit the cat of the mother. His mother is going on a holiday or something, and he has to go in the apartment of his mom. So Pete could actually offer her a place there. If you want to know, he could actually offer, but he will not have to do that because she will not accept. She will have already her solution.
Any house is good because we're in a housing crisis over here. So if you can,
should I write Foodie Beauty an email and tell her to come to me? Because if she comes to me, then I can tell my roommate, you gotta go because I have a superstar coming. Let's think about this email. Forget the writing to the Kuwait lady. Let's think about writing this email that I have a superstar coming in. Hey, you can come and you can hide out here.
hey, a roof over your head, you're ahead of a whole lot of other people if you own that roof.
Don't feel
I'm just saying,
less
based on their convenience store,
What's
it isn't
unfit-
all cracked up
Exactly.
as it is, and a lot of people are saying that they're established or in an position where they're actually not established or in a position, and that's it.
Then you want to know what happened? I had a girl wanting to do some shit to me, saying, what was she saying? Hold on. Oh my God. Never mind. I won't talk about it right now because it was just some drama. And I had already left the country. So she like was trying to call the cops on me or something at my house because I'd had parties there. And I'm like, I have already left. I'm in Costa Rica. How am I doing something illegal at my house in Costa Rica?
Well, you technically still could do it because you've invited people to host a party that might have substances or anything else there. I'm just saying, and not like I'm saying she did, but it's still plausible that she could having people engage in shit at a property that she owns, which means she has a duty of care and will hold some liability if anybody gets hurt there.
You are fucking retarded, but you know, whatever. But that's the kind of people that hate me. They're just these weird, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's weird. Because, okay, again, I just want to stress, I keep being told that I always play the victim. And again, I don't play the victim. I just explain that I am a victim. And that makes them mad. And I know I'm not supposed to respond to their accusations. But if their accusations were like that I wear a wig or something like that, most likely I wouldn't even care.
I thought she said you showed her shooter pictures of the outside of her house. I didn't see the live. No.
You see that you have in Monty's chat also this bed bug. No, not this glitter bug. There was also one time a Billy bed bug, but that was a long time ago. But now we have glitter bug.
I didn't. And once again, people lie. And I'm not gonna, bullshit you. Fuck yeah, I showed the convenience store because that shit was half dilapidated. I'm fucking surprised they even have enough money to pay one person any type of minimum wage.
How does it feel? Glitter bug, to see your name double? Do you feel proud that you're everywhere? Do you feel like cool? Are you having now like a double excitement? Oh my God, I'm like in chat. I wonder how it feels. I'm doubling you down with your chat. Look, you have purple glitter, jail mattress, bed bug, and then purple glitter, jail mattress, bed bug again. My roommate is getting again food. Trust me on this one. He's not going to be doing anything else but getting food.
Wage, the chopper
He's not
foot
going
trap.
to sleep. This is the thing. He stays awake. He's annoyed that I'm having a good time. And he's just annoyed that he's hungry.
That I believe would be coming through there.
Hungry.
They better have other businesses. Well, they actually do. If you look at the registration of multiple businesses, they have a lot of stuff going on. But just because you register businesses doesn't mean that they're successful. Take it from me. I've registered a few businesses, and
I know bed bugs are everywhere, especially glittery ones.
That what, like 99%?
You know why? Because the glittery bed bugs, prostitutes have bed bugs because they sleep in so many dirty beds, and prostitutes have glitter. So from the prostitutes, their glitter drops off on the bed bugs. So you're one of those bed bugs. I figured it out.
And the businesses fail. But yeah, that was bullshit. She's just lying to you. She said that I showed her house. I didn't. I showed the convenience store.
Or watch their show. It's the calling me a sex trafficker when I was clearly an actual advocate for women and saved a lot of people's lives. And I have no qualms in saying that because I did. A lot. Like it makes my heart good. My heart feel good to see some of the people that used to be on my website. Like some of them got married. We've got kids. Our website created kids, you guys. There's one couple that was a client and chick that ended up hooking up, that they like traveled the world for years. Like,
Well, I want to find out where that
Tomorrow I
little
have a
shit.
big
What
day
was
of
your
work.
name again?
Tomorrow I got a lot of shit to do. I'm really excited. That's a good thing. I'm excited. I have so much shit that I prepared for today that tomorrow I can just boom, call, and I know exactly. I'm so excited, guys.
She used to be called Xena, and then she used another sobriquet that I forgot. Whatever happened to the
Can't
pretty
wait to
girl
show
Frida
you
used to
that.
stream with? Well, I want
If
to
I
find.
manage to have luck and my life will get better, I cannot wait to share it with you. You deserve to see me. Not my other friends. They don't even know how bad I was off. You guys know how bad I was off. You saw me obese and overweight and depressed, and in Ohio. My friends don't. So I'm glad to share it with you because you know me when I was down. So we have this connection, me and you. And I can't wait to share it with you when I'm good off again. And I work so hard, guys, and I believe in myself and I have potential, and it's going to be all right.
Find out what happened to her.
And I'm not being a mean person, I'm being so kind, because this situation with my roommate is also not easy. And I could kick him out, but I'm not going to do that because there's no point to be like that, He's trying to survive, I'm trying to survive, we're trying both to survive.
A little twat.
we were nothing but good. We were
For
good.
him right now, in order to get a new flat, he needs to have at least, like put down. You cannot just get it like that, and he has to put at least down 3-4K, like. And right now, the summertime, it's not easy.
Goodness in a world of shit. And of course it got taken down because I couldn't handle it no more. Who wants to go to prison for helping people get a blowjob, It's not
Dun,
fair.
dun, dun. But why would you go to
Such
prison
an
if
exciting
you're
life to be
just
a hooker
helping somebody
glittering
get a
bedbug. This is
blowjob?
what you are. This is
Unless
what you are.
there is some not only moral but legal gray area there. Maybe more darker shade of gray than a lighter shade of gray, but gray enough.
And again, if I had a team and money,
Hey, you know what we
and
forgot to do?
the ability to fight that shit.
We forgot to make the wheel. We didn't. Yesterday was Sunday, and we didn't make the wheel, the email wheel, guys. We didn't do this yesterday.
I could have stayed open, but I didn't.
Let me
And it was
find
8 years ago, and I'm not doing it now. I'm fine right now.
There you go. All right. I think I might wrap this up. I think we've kind of figured out what the hell's going on here, and I want to get into some other stuff. So I bid you adieu. I got to get back to all the shit I got to do in terms of me making a living and whatnot and figuring shit out. Future psychic students would heavily be confused with your laughter, as you said. I don't know, when was this? Maybe a couple minutes ago, 124. And I'll be back some other time. I think I have something scheduled. Not tomorrow, because I'm too busy. Not Wednesday. Thursday. I gotta give a purple glitter update. Something possibly is happening with purple glitter. Xena is a wonder person, as in a wonderful person. Oh my, we got the ops. The ops is in the chat. Xena is a little twat, okay? And I guess I'm on the opposite side of the well wishes and thinking here in terms of Xena. Anyways, people, I'm out of here. Take care of yourself. Have a great one. I'll make sure I got everything sorted for the next stream on this right here. But I bid you adieu. Take care. Au revoir.
It is also with me 2:00 in the morning. I also have to say I have to wake up tomorrow and continue. But I had a good time with you, and tomorrow we can do spin the wheel. We can have something to look forward for tomorrow. And rest, anyways, I checked around and there's nothing going on. Nobody else did anything interesting. the garlic bread. Let's see what he has to say to end the evening. Wait. Wait.
So what they've typed out, which is essentially the same thing. So it says, please all be sure we don't have back commentary for you. And believe it or not, it seems like things are getting worse for Chantal. PAWS Kuwait has put out another message. I'm going to let you hear the message at the end of this video. But I want you to listen to also what...
Hey, did you guys see that Breezy got jealous at Bridge and garlic bread? I knew that this was gonna happen, guys. I knew it. And she bit Bridge. She wrote on Bridge Twitter, I have an idea for you. I was so shocked, man, that she could not restrain and contain herself. Breezy. Breezy. What the fuck, man? Have some self-dignity.
they've typed out, which is essentially the same thing. So it says, please all be sure we don't have any personal issues with Chantal. Before Bruce, we don't know who Chantal is. But after what happened with Bruce, apparently, they certainly know. And they go on to say that they got information, they saw the donations, and they admit, and this is the first time we've seen from them, although we did hear from Chantal, that she...
No, but they pretend to be together. I know that they did not meet up, but they pretended to be, and Bridge was calling, you know, garlic bread's mother, you know, some water. They're just trolling that they are together. They're not together. They're just making collaboration for YouTube.
He came to them and offered the money.
You see how happy? Garlic bread, fuck you, you piece of shit. I hope you die. I don't hope he dies, but I hope he gets very sick. Look at how happy Foodie Beauty is in the picture with the cat. She really misses love. I can relate 100%. It's really hard not to feel love, guys. It's really hard. And you get it from animals. And look, she felt mommy, you know, and she felt... And the cat, look, it's... You cannot be mad. How can you be mad at her for this?
Now, it's interesting because, again, I think a lot of us do struggle with understanding the laws and the culture to a degree. But essentially what PAWS is saying is she knew she had done
He's a
wrong
good
by
voice
taking
for
the
true
money.
crime videos.
She then came to us.
This is the thing I'm not against. I think Bridge and Garlic Bread would make a very good team, but not for Foodie Beauty reactions. For other things, you know, like true crime. I think it would be fantastic.
And offered us that money, and to them, they saw it as being a partner in crime. They also acknowledged that once they knew a crime had taken place, it's their responsibility to actually report it. So that is why social affairs became involved. That is why the complaint went to...
That's amazing, Busy Little Bee. She asked for it immediately. Yeah, she's crazy. This woman, these people are messed up, guys. Bridge never said the channel's name. Bridge and Horlick are truly together. I'm gonna object at their wedding as Kate. What is... I don't even know what that is. KTM.
To the public attorney. That is why, according to them, these are all being investigated. They claim this was all done on a CD, and more importantly, all of the videos. I don't know how they could get all of them, but let's say if they even got 60% of them, of her asking for money from day one when she came to Kuwait. Now, when I say I don't know they could get all of them, we all know Chantal would constantly come on live and inadvertently ask for a donation, ask for money, ask for a super chat. So to say that they got all
constantly.
of them...
Garlic Bread, she used to do that. I agree. 100%, you're not wrong. But she has not been doing that constantly. Give me a break, Garlic. Why are you being such an asshole at the end of the day? Really? It hurts me, your assholishness.
It's a bit of a reach, but I mean, at this point, how much more do you need beyond what
it really does hurt me?
They go on, and I don't know if this is speculation or not, but they go on and say from day one she came to Kuwait until she left us. They cite that she's back in Canada. There are now going to be new charges because she made a video of a sensitive location, and that's huge. A lot of people maybe wondered if this was the oil fields.
Sensitive location. Yes. Oh my God, you guys are terrible. Garlic.
Could this have been when they went out and saw the gravesite of Salah's mother? I would also offer, if you recall, she did a live stream where she went out and there was military movement during that stream. Could have also been the oil fields, the camel. There's so many things. There's so many things. But they go on and say, listen, this is a huge crime. This is something a lot of us talked about ad nauseum when it first happened. Chantal had so many opportunities to listen to the community, to listen to her beezers. But she continued to act as if she was removed from all of this. But now we see all it takes is one entity, just one person to say, hey, wait a second, pay attention to this person. And now all the attention is on that person. They go on to say that, again, they are obligated to report this, collect the information, that the evidence also goes against her and her husband.
Garlic bread, you stupid piece of bread shit that you are. If Foodie Beauty doesn't make content, what are you going to be doing tomorrow? I'm asking you honestly, what are you going to be doing? With no shit, no bullshitting in between me and you. If Foodie Beauty is not doing anything tomorrow, what will you be doing with your day? Silence.
Husband Salah.
I know there's silence because he's not speaking, but the thing is, even if he were on the line with me, there would be silence. He would have nothing to say back.
Which is going to be submitted soon. They indicate this is going to the security of the state. They reiterate this is a big crime.
I know that was funny.
That she could...
Silence is like, what point are you proving? There's nobody on the line. Of course, there's silence. Well, even if he would be on the line, he would have nothing back to say.
Not videotape the areas that they were in. They do thank us for the support. They offer that it took time to collect this evidence, translate it over to Arabic, that it wasn't easy, but apparently it's been done. So where does this leave Chantal and Salah? First of all, I would say it ends the couples channel, which I'm surprised is still up. It ends the relationship, which we now know likely was not even a marriage. And it brings into question all the money that they brought in together. Because it's my understanding if Chantal was operating on a tourist visa, she should not have been earning money there. This goes all the way back to when she first came to Kuwait and said, oh, we're married. I gave him money that would set up the business, and then he is giving me money as his wife. I think this also kind of clears things up a little bit as to why, if you recall, he didn't go to Thailand all of a sudden when he was supposed to, and we kind of got led along. A lot of us thought perhaps it was financial.
Garlic bread, when was the last time that you had any kind of relationship with anybody? To talk about what you're going to do with money or anything like that. I have many experiences I can tell you about. I have very many. But what about you, Garlic? You have none.
Maybe it's more than that now. Maybe they didn't want to go outside of the country
Agreed
together
to pay for everything
again,
unless
they knew.
Her whole. This is the most thing. I will never forgive you for that. That she paid for everything and didn't even go. And she's not an ugly woman. Could have at least gone there to poke her hole and say to her, you know what? You could have said, it's me. It's not you. It's me. But I had a very good time. Something like that you could have done. Fucking garlic bread.
They wouldn't be coming back. This also brings a whole new wrinkle to all of the visa hops she claimed she did. She cited she had done. Places she said she had went to and came back from without anyone knowing. I think at the end of this, we have to understand that no matter what, if Chantal truly did leave, she left everything in Kuwait. Not only her problems, but Julia, Salah's family, a life she had been building, legitimately or not, for the last 3 years. And I can't help but think this is almost identical to when she went to Kuwait. She left Pete's, she gave away her cats, and she left everything she had built for herself. She eventually sold her car, and now if Chantal has came back to Canada, which in fairness is probably the safest place for her, we know likely she is at her mother's, where she is not allowed to stream based on what happened with the late Marty, who I can only imagine, if he was still here, how he would be viewing all of this. I am going to leave you with PAWS Kuwait and their message to Chantal so you can hear it for yourself.
Hey
Please,
Frank, I hope you're
please,
doing well, my dear.
all of you, be
Nice
sure
to
that
see you.
we don't have any personal issues with Chantal. Before Bruce, we don't know who Chantal is, okay? But after what happened with Bruce, okay, and the information we received, plus the donation she made out of Bruce, okay, and she came and offered the money, like she want us to be her partner in crime. We had to collect the evidence, and notify the authority. It didn't stop there. Social affairs now is involved, and they're gonna send the complaint to the public attorney, and there will be investigation. We
I
send
don't know, but
everything
she also
to
has.
them in one.
She also has like that white spot on her nose. It's weird. Is it the filter? Is it the light? Is it the makeup? We don't know. But she's so happy with the cat. I'm so sorry that cat got her in trouble. I hate the cat now, honestly. But the cat has no fault. It didn't know. It didn't know not to go on that road to meet Foodie Beauty. If it would have known, it would have avoided it. Poor little cat. And poor
CD,
Foodie Beauty.
all
Poor
the
all of them. Poor all of them.
videos that she was asking for money. From day one, she came to Kuwait until she left, as she said that she's already in Canada. Okay, and there will be new charges because we got to know that
PAWS
she
Kuwait says you
made video of sensitive location in Kuwait, and it's huge. This is a huge, a big
exactly, Nadine.
crime.
Well
Made
said.
video
Let's want us
of
to be
sensitive
part of
location in
yes,
Kuwait, and
exactly.
it's huge. This is a huge, a big crime.
Huge, big. Shut up. What is your problem? Are you bored in your life? Focus on what's important. A lonely Canadian woman YouTuber that went a little bit crazy, but huge. I hate these people. They're just nasty. They're also haters. They're unhappy with their life, and they're like, "Oh, this is great. I found a place where I can dump my unhappiness. Let's go for it." Shame on you.
This is a huge, a big crime. Made video of sensitive location in Kuwait, and it's huge. This is a huge, a big crime. Okay, as a Kuwaiti citizen, I'm obliged to report that too, and I'm collecting also evidences.
Hey, random fish. I remember when Foodie modded for DLF. I know. I cannot believe that this was the case. Do you remember what was this year? This is the thing. Me, random fish, we're all old school. Watty, I'm sorry you're not old school. Watty, you're new generation. Do you remember when Foodie Beauty modded for DLF? Can you believe that shit? Amazing. What days? That was like 4 years ago at least, something like that. For sure, 4 years ago, if not more. Yeah, amazing. That those days, man. This is the history, you know. And some people, they come here and they like girl world, but they don't know that we are old school, you know. And it's just pathetic when they try to put us down, you know. Like, I'm like, what the fuck, man.
Against her and against her husband Salah,
pathetic.
and also will be
I enjoy to see
submitted
the patheticness.
soon to the what they call it, the state of
Exactly.
security of state of Kuwait. Okay, because this is a big crime. She cannot
really big crime.
videotape sensitive locations in Kuwait. It's a huge crime. Thank you so much for your continued support. I know that
What support? Nobody gave you support. And nobody asks for your commentary either. You stupid, frustrated, old, bored hag. Shame on Kuwait that you put this person to ask for clout and get into pathetic shit like this. It's disgraceful. Kuwait,
took time.
disgrace on you, Kuwait and PAWS. Disgrace. I'll write to PAWS. What a disgrace this is. I'll put also timestamps and everything.
But collecting evidences, translate them to Arabic, takes time. It's not easy. Thank you so much, everyone.
I appreciate each and every one of you, the top comments from the last video, and as things continue to develop and for Chantal and Salah degrade, there is no way that I cannot be back as soon as I can with more commentary.
Look at this, guys. Guys.
As a community, we talk. Welcome back at Commentary for you, another update. And I just want to point out to you briefly, 177,000 views in the last 40 hours. Absolutely incredible. And just to make a quick point, this is why, as a community, we talk about the Failed Reactors Guild. We talk about people.
Look at how this fucker is boasting with his views, guys. Look at worst. Look at how this guy's boasting with his views. Look at this garlic bread. He's dissing Foodie Beauty. I'm even having breathing issues because of this asshole. Maybe I'll die on the camera because I'll die in the computer on live stream because of this dude, because he's pissing me off. Look at his videos. Look at this. This is his page, yeah? This is this guy. This guy's gross, man. As fuck, man. Look. 9 hours ago, 7 hours ago, 3 hours ago, 15 minutes ago, 25K, 14K, 14K, 1.1K. That is just in 24 hours. Okay, it's a lot of fucking Ks. And I know he's laughing, and he's scratching his balls, and smirking at me right now. Yeah, I wish you had those Ks. Guy, man. Yeah, I would like to have those Ks, but not for this kind of content. Dude, you're an embarrassment. You're an embarrassment as an artist, as an entertainer, as a creator. You're an embarrassment that you can still respect yourself. It's amazing for me. Just look at this shit, man. All the thumbnails are all identical. All identical. And look, one day ago, we have in 24 hours, guys, we have 8 videos in 24. You piece of shit. And look at the thumbnails. You piece of garlic bread. This is what I say to you. I'm not going to show it because there's no point to show it, but all I have to say is your entertainment is shit. You're a piece of shit of a person. Look at this. Look at this. This is all you have to look at. It's insane.
People who try to push others out of this community, they know the support you are willing to give creators, and they do everything they can to make sure that if they can't get that support, no one else does. That's why they.
I was in Kuwait already, had I groceries. I was in Kuwait in the year 2000.
Any reactor in this space, and you will find someone
in 2000
today, rather than discussing what's going on with Chantal.
I was in Kuwait in 2005.
I want to go back in time though, because PAWS Kuwait, as you can see here, PAWS Kuwait.
I was there before Foodie Beauty.
They're going to the community and saying, "Can you provide us more information?
Yeah,
can you help us?" And I will oblige.
You're a
I know some
reactor
people won't like this, but the reason I will oblige is this: is because Chantal was given countless, and I mean countless, warnings from people with good intentions, from people with negative intentions, from people that were simply split down the middle. I want to show you Chantal filming these oil fields, and I want you to listen to it. I want you to hear her voice, and I want you to understand what went into this.
This guy's such an asshole.
Chantal and Salah. This is a period where Chantal was not driving. Had to go out on this endeavor. She had to film this. She had to narrate over this. She had to edit text into this, okay? This is not just, I'm going out and I'm going to put together a live stream and whatever happens, happens. Okay, this was all calculated. And as this was happening, Chantal had already been warned about all the regulations, all the restrictions, all the rules in Kuwait, what should and what should not be filmed. Now, with that said, I want you to carefully listen to this.
Kuwait oil fields make up 8% of the world's total oil reserves. The second largest in the world is the Bergen field. We passed by many of these oil fields, and I found it really cool because I have never seen one in person. There's supposedly approximately 104 billion barrels of oil in these fields.
Now, does that sound like someone that has a genuine concern? Does that sound like someone who has a fear or an understanding of what they should and should not be doing as a guest? And we know that now, as a guest in someone else's country. This was when we were full bore cosplaying as we know it to be a Muslim, a revert, a married woman, everyday Miriam, however you want to paint her. Chantal was told by multiple reactors, myself included, do not do this. Not only did she do it, she continued to do it. She deleted the evidence and she tried to pretend like it never happened. But here we can see that it absolutely did. As I said in the original video, I appreciate each and every one of you supporting my channel today, whether you leave a like, leave a comment, I don't care, leave a dislike, whatever you need.
Yeah, he doesn't care because he has already such good statistics and he's flaunting it every day. You know this flaunting is going to bite you in the ass, garlic bread. You know that flaunting. I don't know who taught you what in life. I don't know your parents, but you should know that flaunting is never going to run well in the long run. Never. You're so stupid if you don't know that. Just be quiet, you know, be quiet, especially when you know you're doing something you should not be proud of. You're so stupid, garlic. It's going to bite you in the ass, and I can't wait for the day. And when that day comes, you'll think about me.
Do to feel better about your day, just know you are probably feeling a lot better than Chantal and Sal are right now. And with that said, I'm going to leave you with the top comments from the last video. And you know, when Chantal is currently not eating lamb, but on the lamb, there is no way that I cannot be back as soon as I can.
There's no way.
With more
There's no way because I don't have any other job and have no other creativity. So there's no way that I can not be back with the same bullshit content. That's what he should be saying. This is such an asshole of a person. He's so disgusting. Oh my God, he makes me want to puke, guys. And I will leave you. We will end this with this because I must go to sleep. But I want to leave it with a happy note. I don't want to leave it with this bitter note. And something good, you know. Let's watch a little bit of happiness and then we can say goodbye and we see tomorrow what happens. Tomorrow I have work to do. And then we see.
Happy birthday, dear Marilyn. Happy birthday to you. Mwah.
Welcome to Pierce Brothers Westwood Village Memorial Park and Mortuary. Yes, I shaved again.
Happy note. Happy
and I look like a young German in Venice again. The Pierce Brothers Cemetery is hidden in between high rises. This is Wilshire Boulevard, and you would never guess that there's a cemetery. Those are all office buildings, apartments, and this is the cemetery. It's not a really big cemetery, but there's a lot of celebrities laid to rest right here in this little park. Some really cool old trees they have here, and I'm standing in the middle of the cemetery, right in between those high rises. And this place is open to the public. I think for the first time it opened up in 1880.
Yeah, she went.
And I've been to this cemetery many times. Sometimes when I'm in the neighborhood, I just come by and I look around. I actually have a friend that got laid to rest here. Sometimes I just come by and look at his gravesite.
Yes,
and I've logged it before too, but that was a long time ago. But today is a really special day. And you won't believe it. It's Marilyn Monroe's 99th birthday.
99.
And her gravesite is right over here. I'm going to show you in a minute.
100, guys.
I can't believe it. She died in 1962. I wasn't even born then. I was born in 1968. And when you think about Marilyn Monroe, you know her look. And that's her iconic look that will never go away because it's immortal in your brain. Like James Dean, Elvis, and all the other people, they died pretty young. But she died when she was 36 years old.
Yes.
And
yes,
everybody still remembers her. She's an icon. Everybody knows exactly how she looked. And today I'm here. I just want to show you the graveside. I wanted to come here so many times, but I always forgot the day. One day later I came here. The birthday was already. Today is her first birthday on June 1st. Also have to do a shout out to Heidi Klum.
Heidi Klum.
Her birthday is as well today. So happy birthday,
Heidi Klum.
Marilyn Monroe, and happy birthday, Heidi Klum. In
you're
1936,
you're arrogant bitch.
that wasn't that big of a cemetery. They didn't have all those here. They had Marilyn's wall here. They added all this to it. You can look at some old pictures. But what they still have left is the church where they held her funeral service right in here. And there's some pictures I want to match up of her getting, not carried, but they rolled her casket out the door right here, and then they made a left and put it right into a hearse. And then the hearse drove all the way around the corner here, stopped, and that's where they actually put her casket into her grave. Here you can see her rolling out her casket, and everything looks still the same.
Yeah, imagine.
This is what the church looks from the inside. Everybody who got laid to rest here had their
also,
funeral service right in here.
When I got married to Steve, it was very similar looking. Something like this. This is exactly how it looked when I got married with Steve.
I was here not too long ago, and they remodeled the whole place. They got nice chandeliers up there. It looks really nice. Consider how old this place is.
I don't like
some people call it weird what I do, to stand here and imagine how it was when they rolled down her casket here.
She's not a good woman. She's very entitled, and she's snobby and arrogant. She's not good-hearted. I don't like her at all.
It looked so different back then, and they didn't have all those graves here.
She's not a nice woman.
And those people look onto the cemetery every day.
Nice at all.
And here's a picture of the hearse going by. And then if you go a little bit to the left, there's a picture you see Joe DiMaggio walking right here.
The husband, remember? Baseball player.
There's a few people right there at Marilyn's grave looking at all the flowers and the messages. I'm gonna wait a little bit. Can I ask you where you live?
I'm from Mississippi. I came all the way from Mississippi.
Look, this is what happened.
And I've always loved Marilyn. She's been my favorite. She's been my favorite. The most of an era that just,
my friend.
Why are you so
I'm just
in love with Marilyn?
I'm in love with an era that just no longer exists. You know, classy and great music and totally different from today. And I've always loved Marilyn. She's been my favorite, the most iconic, beautiful blonde.
And you dress up sometimes. You do this professionally or just?
Oh no, this is for fun.
Just
I'm
for
just
fun.
A fan.
Yeah, she went to the trip with her dad. She took her dad with her, and rented a hotel and went by plane, and she got her hair done and makeup done professionally. You know, nice, good for her. Such a sweet girl. You know, so sweet. I don't know. This is the thing, you know. I don't understand, you know, when I see all these nasty whores and all these evil bitches, you know. They marry these nice men they don't deserve. And then you have a sweetheart like that. She should have a man, you know, that would marry her and treat her like she deserves. She's really innocent and pure.
And can I ask you where you live?
I'm from Mississippi. I came all the way from Mississippi.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, I missed a few birthdays. I always wanted to come here, but it's my first time here at her birthday, actually. So, and I expected more people to be here, but there's a few people already came by. And finally, I get to meet you. That was nice.
It was a pleasure. I love your YouTube channel. I watch you all the time. I've told everyone about you. I love watching your YouTube channel.
Okay, that's enough now. We got to go back to Maryland. Right? This was so worth it to come here today to meet all the people.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Can you sing the song Happy Birthday?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Marilyn. Happy birthday to you. Mwah.
Nice.
Awesome.
That was my best shot.
So we got Alex right here,
What's
and
up,
Alex
guys?
does graveyard tours, right?
Yes, I do. Yes, live on TikTok.
On TikTok. So what is your handle on TikTok?
Hollywood Haunted Tours and Hot Ghost Party. Yes.
I've been watching him many times, so he knows a lot about cemeteries. He goes to all the cemeteries. Look how he got two phones and a 360 camera. That's pretty cool.
We're gonna be trying something new this time around with
All
like
right.
360 and cameras and.
And I met you before, so it's always good to meet people that do the same thing I do. I appreciate it, man.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
We always run into each other,
Yeah.
so you know that means there's a sign we're gonna be working together on some projects.
Maybe, yeah. All right. Good to see you,
Nice meeting
Alex.
you guys.
Picture, that's pretty awesome.
That's on the set of 7 Year Itch, and that is
Born in 1962.
It is in New York. It's not when they did
So
the
early.
shoots in Los Angeles.
Good to know. I don't know much about it, but I'm definitely going to look him up. And thank you for your information. Appreciate it. Happy 99th birthday, Marilyn.
Born in 1926.
And you
a
can
long
tell
time ago.
the different color tone because there's so many lipsticks, kisses on there. And when I
You know, and I think that because she just turned 99 years old. My grandmother is 92 years old. You know, my grandmother is not so far away, and she's still alive. I really gotta go see my grandmother, guys. You know, but it's just so difficult. I don't want to think about this now. But yeah, my grandma's 92.
wash it off, it changed the color of her gravestone. Dear Marilyn, I love you. All the messages here. Happy birthday. And this guy, Richard Poncher, is buried upside down with the head looking down to Marilyn. That's what he wanted.
Wow.
And his wife did not agree. And he said, if you not let me do this, I'm going to haunt you for the rest of my life.
Did you hear? This guy wanted to be buried, that his head is turned down to Marilyn Monroe, and the wife was against. And listen, people are insane. The people are insane, guys.
Agree. And he said, if you not let me do this, I'm going to haunt you for the rest of my life. So she agreed to do that. Happy birthday from Scott Forster. Happy
That's
birthday,
kind of
Marilyn.
creepy. Yeah, no, that's creepy. I agree with
And
you.
look at this. This is
100%.
an artwork I made years ago. And that's how Marilyn
Ah, this
looked.
is the artwork made by him. Let's listen again.
And look at this. This is an artwork I made years ago. And that's how Marilyn looked today as a rebel. I made all those tattoos in Photoshop. You know, the nice
Photoshop.
flowers she's getting. There's a picture of her as a baby.
Okay.
And all those nice pictures. Somebody even made a cake here.
That's
I'm
nice.
not sure if it's a real one, but I don't want to touch it.
Don't touch it.
Norma Jean. That
She's
was
very
her real
beautiful
name.
and very beautiful. And like I'm
And
also.
you can't see behind it. This is actually where Hugh Hefner got laid to rest, right next to Marilyn.
Hefner.
And from
Listen to this. I didn't even know this is very interesting documentary, guys. Hugh Hefner also there.
what I understood, he never really met Marilyn, but he put her on the cover of the Playboy magazine. And on an auction in March, either this one or this one, they auction off for $350,000. So if you want to be laid to rest close to Marilyn,
If
just
you want
come
to
down.
be laid to rest, how much is it? Let's see. You can see
Either
that.
this one or this one, they auction off for $350,000. So
If you, yeah, $350,000. You have that, you can be dying, not dying, but you can be resting next to Marilyn.
if you want to be laid to rest close to Marilyn, just come down here, $350,000. They also
Hefner,
actually
yeah.
sold the original placard for
I also don't
$150,000.
like
This
him.
is a
Yeah, no, I
recreation.
agree
That's not
with
the
you.
original that was on there.
He was
But
not
that's what it is right here
he
on
was not
Marilyn.
an elegant man, nor smart man, nor charming. He was an arrogant man, arrogant. Not at all, has no elegance and no charm for me, but of course every woman sees it differently.
Marilyn's birthday. But I'm going to take that back home for sure. With love from Russia. This is a
Fuck
nice
you,
picture
Russia.
of her holding
How you
a-
doing, Russia? With Ukraine, guys. Hey, random fish. You know that Putin today announced that 48 hours, and he's going to make a speech about everything. So this was about mentioned. I guess tomorrow or after tomorrow, for sure after tomorrow. Today is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. By Wednesday, we will have heard from Putin what he's going to say about all of this shit, what Ukraine did. I personally heard that he was even thinking, they have nuclear bomb. He was saying, let's just send that nuclear bomb, but I think he can't do that because the whole world will, tell him to fuck off. But let's see.
rose in her mouth, and people turn on the candles already. There's another cake right there.
Blech.
A lot of kisses. Marilyn Monroe. While I was telling the story about the guy up on top of her, she's actually correcting me. Not correcting me, but she told me a different
Adding
story.
to your story.
Adding to the
Yeah,
story. So
but
what was the
I
story?
never saw any of those
Well,
books.
Richard Poncher's wife
You also
decided she
can't
wanted to
wait for
make
their
money
meeting. You
off that
also can't wait for
spot,
their
so she
meeting. I'm
tried to
so
sell it
eager to hear what's gonna go down, man. This is like
for like
really
a lot.
something, something so big, that we're part of. You know that, like I said, I don't want to repeat myself, but the thing that Ukraine did to Russia has not had this kind of damage since World War II. This was the biggest damage that Russia has ever had since World War II. It's pretty big. It took Ukraine like over 1 year to plan, but it's planned so well, that boom, the damage is so big. So we have to see. And do you remember when, hey, Random Fish, do you remember when Trump was talking to the president of Ukraine and everybody was so shocked because it was so impolite the way Trump was talking to the guy? And Trump was saying to the guy, you have no cards in your hands, Russia, Ukraine has no cards in their hands. And it's like, motherfucking Trump. And now who's got all the cards in their hands? You stupid piece of shit. You ignorant piece of shit. You didn't even know the cards, what's going on with the cards behind the scenes, you fucking stupid asshole. Ignorant asshole. Now look he's got 4 aces, you freak, Trump. What do you have in your what cards do you got in your hands? The cards of stupidity? The cards of a clown? You fucking fool.
And she ended up dying, so she's right next to him, above Hugh Hefner now.
I'm going to show you in a second. I didn't even read the one next to it. And then you said there's another lady. We're going to go to it in a second. Hold on 1 second. I want to show you guys. So that is the guy that's buried upside down, and that's actually his wife. So right next to him. So she ended up being with him for eternity right next to Marilyn. And then
yes, he was so rude to Zelensky during that meeting, by the way.
Debbie Winters, who was
yes,
that?
Exactly, Rano.
Okay.
That's
so that
the
was
whole
where
point.
she asked to be buried.
See, and that's what I like about stuff like this.
Zelensky, you do not have any cards in your hands. You have no cards in your hands. You have to be humble and be quiet, And it's like, what? And now, what cards did they show? They showed kind of, big balls, Don't you think that was a pretty ballsy move that they did? Planned it out so well for 1 year, kept quiet, and then boom, made an attack that they didn't have since World War II. Good on Ukraine, bravo Ukraine. And fuck you, Trump, and fuck you, Putin, and yeah, let's move on. No more politics.
Come here, I meet new people, new information,
Marilyn
and that's what
Monroe.
it's all about. I appreciate your information. Thank you.
I like your channel.
Thank you. We got another fun fact. Okay, what would that be?
Like a kid, yeah.
Evelyn Moriarty is also interred here, and she was one of Marilyn Monroe's stunt doubles.
Stunt double. I didn't know that Marilyn had a stunt double.
Yes.
But look how crazy that is. She can actually, she can't look, but she's basically right across from Marilyn over there. And right next to her grave, in remembrance of Marilyn Monroe, from her many fans, they put like a little bench where you can sit down and look at her gravesite. Another fun fact, I actually met Hugh Hefner at the Playboy Mansion. Believe it or not, I was there for the Halloween party. A German camera.
It, but no, I do with you.
team long time ago wanted to do a story about somebody who normally does not have a chance to go to the Playboy Mansion party.
Yeah, that's
and
why I
then
don't understand. Look at yourself. How did you get there? I don't know, but good for you.
invited me. They filmed me walking around meeting all those people, and here's a little clip of it. It was crazy.
I can
I
believe
met
you.
him.
It was crazy.
Funny, and he paid I think $75,000 for his crib right next to Marilyn Monroe.
Das ist mir klar. Jeder hofft, dass hier nicht nur gearbeitet, sondern zwischendurch auch gespielt
Okay, so
wird.
you see? Oh my God. Oh my God. He's not even lying. So this guy was some kind of event organizer. So let's check it out.
$75,000 for his crib right next to Marilyn Monroe.
Das ist mir klar. Jeder hofft, dass hier nicht nur gearbeitet, sondern
This dude. Look, this dude was working there. Good for him. Good for him, dude.
zwischendurch auch gespielt wird.
Man kann da neidisch werden, wenn man fast 100 Jahre alt ist und trotzdem noch so tolle Mädchen abbekommt.
Ah, look at this is pretty cool, guys.
Another picture before they push the casket in. And then I got another picture where they airtight her casket.
What are you talking about? Marty, what mushrooms are you taking? I'm friends with the don't you worry. Me and Ukraine are good. I have Ukraine on my side. And I'm on the on the side of Ukraine. Don't worry about. Why are you saying that somebody would have anything against me from Ukraine? I don't have. Actually, I could show you that I'm talking to an ambassador right now from Ukraine. It's a pretty long story. I was going to university with his son. His son is one of my best friends, and he's the father of my best friend. He's a very handsome man, ambassador of Ukrainian in Romania. And me and his son are best friends, so I never did anything with the guy. But we still talk, We still communicate.
So this is just
I
the
never
outside.
did anything with the father, never. That's just, I would never do that to my friend, never.
You see right now, but if you go a little
And
closer,
my friend knows that his father likes me. It's not a secret.
this is the outside, and there's another wall behind this, and that one is tight, airtight. And I'm just wondering if the casket looks exactly the same way they push it in.
Peach cobbler, how are you doing, my lovely?
If it's all dilapidated, I don't know. Man, it's so weird to think that Hugh Hefner is right there, the one we always seen from the magazines, and Marilyn just inches from us right there.
We need weather louvers.
That is so sad.
Yes, I have weather louvers.
Well, happy birthday, Marilyn.
This is actually in demand because now I'm learning again, what people are wanting. Now weather louvers are very required, and this is the first product that they want from ventilation, weather louvers.
This gentleman has been here for a long time. He's been talking to her the whole time. And he said he's a big fan since he was really young.
Listen.
He came all the way. Well, happy birthday, man. And he said he's a big fan since he was really young. He came all the way from France just for her birthday to come here.
Guys, this guy came from France, man. Talk to her grave. Imagine.
It's hard to explain, but I love it when people come here from all the way from France just to see her gravesite here and having a good time, just standing there. For them, that was a really, really big thing, even though it costs a lot of money, the plane ticket, the hotel, everything. But they do what they love to do, and that's what everybody should do. Whatever you like, spend your money on that and enjoy it. No matter if it's go visit somebody famous gravesite, or maybe you go to Hawaii, maybe you do this, whatever.
Do what you like. Look, people, he's just taking pictures of people that are loving Marilyn, and they go and
visiting her, and now you come here, and he's also buried right next to her. And I'm just wondering when they open up, it's a big, huge casket they had here. There's also a picture online, I can show you that. I wonder if her casket is all rotten already because she died in.
Why are you thinking about this? Why would anybody be thinking about thoughts about if the casket is... What is wrong with you, dude? Why are you thinking about this and why are you saying this? Be quiet. This is a sick thought that you're having.
2009, and he's also a picture online. I can show you that. I wonder if her casket is all rotten already because she died in 2009 and he died in 2023. Even though all Charlie's angels were good looking, she was special to me. She looked the most beautiful.
It was very, very beautiful. There's a whole reason to the story of my mom. She was really one of, like, she was amazingly, like, boom. Let's put it like that. She was, like, so beautiful, like, hard for anyone to match.
Bathing suit, we all had that poster. When Farrah Fawcett was diagnosed with cancer, she went to Germany to get treatment. She didn't want to do the chemo, so she did some alternative way, but it didn't work. I don't know if she later on got chemo or not. And since I'm here already, I gotta smell Farrah's roses. There's a private area which is locked, but this is where Richard Simmons got laid to rest, where the yellow flowers are. So now I showed you Richard Simmons' house and his graveside. I don't even have to do the vlog anymore. And his brother said, I thought that I ever gonna be standing here because I watched his movies with Jerry Lewis, and now I'm here paying my respect. And he's right behind here, just inches from here.
I want to say Schaefer, back in 1980. The movie Star 80 was based on their whole thing. He got very jealous of her being a Playboy model. And then next to her is Pierre Bardonovich, who was a director and producer who was in love with her, and he ended up marrying her sister after she passed away.
See?
So now here they are together.
I knew about her, but I never heard that story, so that's pretty dope. Thank you.
That's pretty dope.
Right underneath a massive tree in the shade, which I think is really sad to see, that Burt Lancaster, the famous
Nothing
actor,
tastes as good as skinny feels.
this
Yeah,
little
exactly.
plaque
I remember she said that, yeah.
for his graveside. Such a great actor. It's just...
Who was it that she said something? There was something about feeling skinny. Yeah, something like that. She said nothing can taste as good as skinny. Yeah, feeling skinny.
Just right next to all those people, there's Merv Griffin. I will not be back after this message. Before, and rumor has it, because there's no names on those graves right next to him and the one across, so people say those are Sylvester Stallone's and his wife's graves. Could be. What is essential is invisible to the eye. I don't know what that means, but this is Jack Lemmon's grave.
Okay, everyone.
Carol O'Connor. But he was in The Great Escape, Billy the Kid, and The Magnificent Seven. Such tragic accident it was. We got many good stories. We came here around the same time. He became really successful. He opened up 2 gentlemen clubs, you know, bars where girls dance on tables and stuff. Became super rich and had a motorcycle, was driving on Mulholland Drive. And the kid who was doing his driver's license did a U-turn in a corner, and he came really fast and hit the car, and he passed away. But we got some really good memories together. We went to the Roxbury, the nightclub. He used to have a limousine company, and he had somebody else drive us around in his limousine. So when we got there, we got in. All our friends worked at the door, so we got in for free. We went to the VIP room. We saw all the celebrities, and I played backgammon with him so many times.
Good for him. Nice
And
experience.
like this, boom, life is over. You never know.
Yeah.
All the money, everything he had is worth nothing, but it's really sad. And it really, really bothers me that I'm 57 already. I never really thought about that much about dying then in the last few years, because you never know. It can happen tomorrow, it can happen next week, it can happen anytime.
Yeah.
And it's forever, 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 forever. And then people say, yeah, you should believe in Jesus. Then, you know, what can I say? It really bothers me. It freaks me out.
They fix him out, that, yeah.
When I think about
I'm
it,
afraid of that. I'm not. It's
pretty nervous about it. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but most of my friends don't want to talk about it. But I think about stuff like this every single day. And I think about my mom not being there anymore. You know, it's like, what is it all about? I'm thinking and thinking and thinking, but
you think too much.
I don't get an answer. So we just might as well live life as good as we can.
Yeah.
It is so weird. One time, Andy Griffith show, I think he gave him 5 Grammys. They had a regular gravestone before, but they now changed it. And it looks really nice.
Scared of that? I'm not.
I love when you have like pictures of that person on the gravestone. It makes it more personal. I actually glue a picture of my dad onto my dad's gravestone so people can see how he looked like. So rumor always has it that Frank Zappa used to be right here.
Remember, wasn't her acting coach Lee Strasberg, you know, and then his wife? It was like that. Do you remember? Fishy, because you're smart. Lee Strasberg, and then his wife, Jewish people. Those were the coaches, you know. You remember that, right? And she grew up with them and all that. And they were both the psychiatrists of her and manipulated her as well.
On the internet.
Yes, it points right here, and guess what?
Exactly.
He's not here.
Way back over here. The director here of the cemetery said that he's right here, right exactly here.
So this is the spot where Frank Zappa is buried. He got an unmarked grave. So if you ever come here, I mean,
This is it, guys.
we don't really know for sure, but right here, when you drive in, there's this big tree. And since he's been doing all the research and he knows a lot about graves, so I go with his word that Frank Zappa is right here. There's a Cadillac hearse. Look how many people are buried here.
Look, there's a lot of people.
So close next to each other.
Look, it's so close. Isn't that weird a little bit, you know? Others so big and then you have boom, 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 you know, like little tiles. How come these are little tiles? It makes no sense to me, but I don't even want to know the answer.
See, I don't really know if
It
you're
makes
allowed
sense
to.
because they're not bodies. So the other ones, okay, have a casket and what? These are people that couldn't afford casket and what is inside those tiles? Or underneath
Walk on it
the
or
tiles?
not, but I'm not trying it. But I guess you have to if you want to look up somebody being over there.
I know, but isn't it
There's
like
another
that if you
unmarked
cremate?
grave, but
Isn't it like if you cremate and you put it in a little dish and you put the dish in some kind of furniture thing? Isn't it like that? Like my father also was cremated, but he has a little, you know, urna. He has a little dish and put inside there the ashes.
somebody wrote the name Roy Orbison. And I don't know why they don't have a plaque, because he was a really good singer. My mom loves his music.
I also remember
Mom,
Roy
this is for you.
Orbison. What was the song that I have it in my you know, I have it in my brain, but I cannot sing it, you know. But I have the Roy Orbison song in my brain, but I cannot sing it. It's gonna sound so off tune.
For you, Roy Orbison's grave, unmarked, but now we know that he's here. Walter Matthau.
Ern,
We all know him from a
exactly.
grumpy old man,
Ern,
but he was never grumpy. He was a really nice guy. He also was in The Odd Couple and Dennis the Menace. Walter Matthau. Well, my friends, that was it live here from the Pierce Brothers Cemetery. And finally, I made it to Marilyn's birthday, see all the nice flowers. I always wanted to come here, but sometimes I was in Germany, sometimes I forgot the date. If you happen to like this video, you might want to give it a thumbs up, push notification bell, and subscribe to the German in Venice.
Okay.
Next.
Please give it a like. Let's do the right thing to do. He has 1K likes, guys. Look, 3 hours ago. Look how many. He's very successful. German in Venice. He's very successful. Let's look at more of his. I'm really surprised. I didn't think that he's so successful. 410K subscribers, 926 videos. Wow, man. Good for him. Good for him.
We got the equalizer, the guitar. Different folks, different strokes. There's people that come here to see Dungeons and Dragons. They dress up, they have a good time. I have zero interest. And I also have zero interest in Star Trek Voyager, the thing they have over there. I didn't even go and see it. I had the chance, I can go, but some things in life you're interested in and some are not. And I don't know what it is. I just know that that movie Back to the Future changed my life. And I always wanted to walk around Hill Valley, take pictures, do videos, and just imagine how it was back then when they filmed it.
I should meet him.
And I just like to think about stuff like this. I also got those pictures. You've seen it before. You know, you go watch the movie, then you print out those pictures. There's a lot of work involved. So I'm not only come here to do video, I also take a lot of pictures. I'm not going to post all the pictures I have here, but you can see there's a whole bunch of pictures. And I just love matching them up. I'm having a good time. And that's what I'm doing today too, because sometimes, like right now, they let you in at 6:30. You're going to be down there by 7. And then I'm the first one running to Hill Valley, try to match up the pictures with not having people in the picture.
I'm not understanding what he's doing.
I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like OCD. Some people call it OCD. When I try to match up a picture, so I have the picture right here, and I match it up, and people constantly walk by. It makes me crazy. It's like, you know, some people wouldn't care. They say they just show it, but for me, I don't know. It makes me crazy inside. And that's why I'm going to do another shout out to Universal Studios or anybody who has something to do with Universal Studios. I'm just a YouTuber. I just want to match up some pictures. I know you cannot do that for everybody. And I don't want to feel like I'm special, but that's something I want. And if I don't put it out there, you will never know that I want it. So I would love to walk around Hill Valley with nobody being there so I can just take my time, match up the pictures as good as I can. So if you know somebody or you are the person that can get me into Hill Valley, I sign like a paper. If something happened to me, I'm not going to sue. You know, you have to do that too. When I actually went up to the Hollywood sign, they make me sign some papers in case I fall down so that I cannot, that they're not responsible for me. I would do all that stuff. All I want to do is walk around and match up my pictures. And I know it's possible because I see some other people on Instagram, or I see one other guy on Instagram. One thing I realized that when he buys a new car, he feels really happy.
I liked it.
When you see the big screen, the clock tower. This was my favorite.
October is inventory time, so right now, Statler Toyota is making the best deals of the year on all 1985 model Toyotas. You won't find a better car at a better price with better service anywhere in Hill Valley.
Adam, what are you getting? You're not going to get the cookie?
I heard bad reviews on this.
I really love those, man. Even though they're really hard, I get them all the time, but I like it.
I'm going to pass on this. Popcorn, a Dorito,
pickles,
some pickles, a Gator. The line's so long, I got to stock up.
All right.
Yeah,
all right. You want a cinnamon one? I didn't even know they had those. Wow.
Weird.
That's popcorn. Wow. So there's one person I'm really happy to see too. I never met him before. This is Hector Bayot, and he has one of the biggest Michael Jackson collections in the world. And I always watch his videos. You know, I see all other people go visit his place. I'm going to be one day, I'm going to visit you in France. But today he's here visiting Los Angeles, and he has some really cool experience here, especially here at the Havenhurst house. Can we say that? Or?
Yeah. I visit all the locations in Los Angeles, and today I decided to go to Havenhurst, and I had the chance to enter in
Havenhurst house. It was just, sometimes you just have to be at the right time, at the right place. And
it was the fate. It was written.
It was fate that he actually comes here. He got invited into the Havenhurst house. Prince was there. Everybody was there. Absolutely incredible. I'm really happy for you, man. So because there's no better.
Okay, my lovely people, I have to get going because, you know, we can sit here and we can watch more. I'm gonna, if I see anything interesting, I'll keep it for tomorrow. But basically, I have to go to sleep. As with me, it's already 3 o'clock in the morning, guys. I have to wake up in exactly, I will tell you, in 5 hours because I have to start my day and start doing my phone calls and all of that, emails, phone calls. But I had a really good time with you. I'm sorry that I have to go like this. I don't also, you know how it is. I could stay whole hours and hours and hours. But at the end, you know, I do have to also keep track of balancing my life. and I know you get that. But I appreciate so much that you hung out with me, and I hope you had a good time. Thank you so much, Frank and Nadine. Nadine, it was so nice to see you. Pierre, thank you so much for hanging out. My lovely random fishy. Anita, Wati, please make sure so I have what to watch when I wake up in the morning. So when I wake up in the morning, I can watch your show. Wati, thank you as well. Erin. Angelo, my lovely Angelo. Also, Peach Cobbler passed by. Thank you so much. And everyone, I'm sorry if I forgot to mention anyone, but I think I mentioned majority. Highlight Groceries, my lovely Highlight Groceries. And yeah, with that, I wish you a lovely remaining evening, night, whatever is in front of you. And I will go to sleep. I will say good night. I will see you tomorrow. And with that, I say peace, peace, peace.